how it's gonna start or where we're gonna start, but we've already begun.
You just said I don't know how it's gonna start.
It's already begun.
But it's already begun.
I'll turn my vowels up. What's up, ladies and gentle girls? Actually, you know what?
Wait.
I'm not gender filing anybody, whatever it means.
Did you just say you gotta turn your balls up?
Balls.
For what?
VOLS.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I'm hearing what I want to hear. Fuck you.
How do you even do that?
yeah. And it, yeah.
Oh my God.
That and the whipped cream rant. I mean, Jesus.
You just shut up. You don't even have any idea how sticky that is. We're not
I've
going
done
there,
that
okay?
shit, man. With
Please,
like chocolate
please
syrup
elaborate
type
then.
shit. Me? I don't know if you want to hear about me.
I mean, let's get
No,
all.
I'm good.
Chocolate
I'm good.
syrup. Like you have to take like 7 baths
Basement.
afterwards. Yeah.
I think we're triggering Gina.
Yes, it's too sticky, right?
Uh,
It's super sticky, and then like you have a hard time like moving
What? No, I don't know about a hard
afterwards
time
because like
moving,
you're just like
but
together, and it's just not.
okay, can we just hear the story?
Oh.
I'll tell you
No.
my story.
Oh, yeah.
It was like
Oh.
this weird like sex kit. It came in like lingerie, some like
Oh,
red liquid that's supposed to be cherry, and the other one was chocolate.
oh, yeah.
Neither of them tasted nor reminded me of what they were supposed to be. In the end, it was a lot of sticky skin and unpleasurable feelings.
Exactly. It's not at all. What's
That
up,
big
Stan?
stuff was fucking great. I hope the volume's okay, guys. Let me know in the chat if it's not. But we're just getting started here with Luigi's Mansion Part 5. We were having great conversations earlier about JP having a mullet. He regrew his hair.
He had to go wash his hair.
Mm-hmm.
The
And
first
fucking
time
step bro.
What you doing, bro?
I'm just picturing JP bent over washing his hair in the bathroom saying, it's like, what are you doing, step bro? Like, angrily.
Yeah, he definitely had angry family sex.
Huh? Oh.
Or you see a ladder. What are you doing, step ladder?
Oh my god.
Okay. Gangbang. The game volume is blowing my brains out.
You can turn the game volume down a little bit.
Can I? Is the real question.
You can also quit.
Because I don't know if I can. You can also quit. Once I start something, I never stop something. Unless it's pretty much
I
everything
just
else
give
in my
a
life.
I just give a listen to the stream. You can turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, but I can't. It's not possible. Switch
Eastman, I just
doesn't
want,
have that
what
mechanism.
would your reaction be if you accidentally deleted your save data on this game?
Well, I guess we're moving on. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna play it back to where I was. I'm not that dedicated to my craft. Remember the movie The Craft?
Yes, I do.
I fucking love that movie.
I got Wandering Brain.
I love that movie, man.
Yeah, but there's that woman that we talked about beforehand, Aline Bushnishki or whatever the fuck she is. Whatever happened to her?
What?
You know
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
She also played Vicky in Waterboy.
Yeah.
When we
Yeah,
conversed
I know
about her
who-
being like hot yet
Yeah.
not.
Reza Balk.
See, I was close.
Whatever did happen to her?
Yeah, but if you remember back at that time, there was like the hot goths, and then there was just the goths.
Yeah, but she was
So
almost,
she
she
was
almost
either-
looked a bit like
Ooh.
someone had run a train on her right before she showed
Yeah,
up.
so she like classified
not
under
a-
like a hot goth for some odd reason.
She definitely had multiple dicks in her every day. From
She
different
did
people.
not age well, unfortunately. I'm no
I don't
looker
think she was-
either,
I
but
don't think she was born well.
She always plays that crazy character, and she plays it well.
no, I know, but like,
I can't explain. I can't explain what I was trying to say.
I'm still trying to process what Basement just said. I don't think she was born well. Maybe it's Maybelline.
She was born backwards. She came out vagina first.
Oh,
That's
Girl,
how it,
it's-
that's how it works.
yeah.
Oh, step girls. stepsisters peeking on them.
In the bathroom.
That's what I do. Ain't no thing.
Fucking creeper.
You know me. I'm a
What the
creep
fuck is he
city.
saying Mario's name when he's looking through a girl? I don't know. Fuck this.
Mario.
Mario, I see titties.
This looks like a door to me.
Use the X-ray light.
Oh, I hate how it's
Tripping
okay.
balls,
We
man.
just-
Tripping balls.
tripping balls, dog. This is a door. Oh no, it's shit out blobs. What was that sound?
That was the sound of the orbs leaving the wall.
The door's got a little indigestion.
Fucking hell. What's up, Aru, Alpha, Roman, you sexy beast?
Acid's in the chat too.
Ooh,
And
acid
All the
Rossi.
party people's in there tonight, y'all.
All the party people. Okay, I'm gonna go through the store and find my future.
You know, if you fart inside of a jar and close it really fast, you can get somebody else to smell it.
If
I've
you
done
fart
that.
inside of your hand and throw it at them, you can do that as well.
True.
it's all, it's all
Okay,
about timing and
gentlemen.
accuracy with that one. What?
Gentlemen, I have so many fucking questions that I don't want to know the answers
What?
to.
You never farted in your own hand and tasted your own...
No, why the
Psycho
fuck would they
Spagma?
do that?
Why would you
Boredom?
not?
Ew.
You gotta taste your own flavor every...
You want
All
to
the
push
time.
the limitations of the human body.
Exactly.
I think I'm good.
And
So what other
you're limiting
questions do you
yourself
have, Gina?
to what kind of life you'd want to live.
I mean, that is definitely not the life I want to live.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Now blow it.
Oh, keep saying that.
He blows everything.
Oh
Gotta
god, they're
do.
twins! Step bro! No one
What are you
escapes.
doing, step corn?
I'm just sucking you dry.
Don't you usually suck everything?
I don't know why I need so much money though. Like, I'm rich as fuck.
Because you're a whore?
You're Luigi. You're not rich as fuck.
Rich
I mean,
in
get the
memories.
point.
Oh yeah, get in my hole.
All your holes, girl.
First of all, any money that you have to hand over to Mario because he's your pimp.
Yes, yes.
Which is why you keep on walking around going Mario.
Mario, I only made the scene note. Bitch, shut up.
It's me, it's Toad, and then Luigi. On the actual scale of things. Toad does the dirty shit, Luigi just cries while he gets butt fucked.
Daddy, look what I made.
Alright, let me suck everything in this room.
You love me, Daddy.
Oh God, no.
Could you
I
imagine?
think there's something with that wheel in the back.
I know, it
Oh my
moves.
Could you imagine like a Mario S&M?
Daddy, I have so many customers tonight.
I do not want to envision a Mario S&M. Thank you.
Oh, there's plenty of pictures of that.
Don't.
Oh,
No.
look, it's the Hellspawn Demon Cube that'll send him to the third level of hell.
I've collected so many gems, I don't know where they go or what I'm doing.
I just pictured when Luigi grabbed the red cube, the fucking Pinhead showed up from Hellraiser. And then it's like, he's like, you will suffer torture. He's like, Mario.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't stand on the bomb, Mario.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
I wasn't paying attention. I gotta take a shit.
There was a rubber duck in the toilet.
Where else would you put it?
Rubber ducky, you're
Oh,
the
I
one.
see what's going on up here. Some
Rubber
sort
ducky,
of...
you're the one. Sticking my ass,
Oh,
so
it
much
sucked.
fun.
Let's see.
I think there's another card on the windowsill.
Oh, there's some cards all inside of me now. One right here, too.
Oh God, I got a cramp in my foot.
Got a cramp in my vagina. Okay,
How
like,
the hell did you get a cramp in your ass?
I think there's
Very
one more on the windowsill underneath the skull there.
I'm telling you
I
right
love
now.
how we all jumped on Bobbitt's question really quick. They get a crab ass.
I'm telling you right now, like, I've had my penis fall asleep.
Damn.
How?
Because just
Okay,
like
basement,
random,
first
like
of all-
losing blood flow to my body.
Honey, you need to get out more often, and you need to get that thing some exercise.
No, it rests. It hibernates.
No, it needs
Yes.
some fucking exercise.
You shut up.
Please elaborate on how to exercise our peni.
I know,
to
I
make
exercise it all the
doesn't
time.
fall
Go to a nice, you go to a nice yoga class, pick up a like a
Like,
five.
go and crush
nice
coconut
yoga
for a
bitch.
happy ending.
No, you pick up a nice like a 5 out of 10 in your
Uh-huh.
yoga session. You know, and then you go to Pound Town or whatever, and then that way next time when the 8 comes around, you'll be good and ready, and you won't be a 2-pump chump.
I want to be a 2-pump chump.
But why?
Because you can only go up from there.
Gina, we
I
got
don't
shit we
want to
gotta
start
do.
off at the peak of my game, and then like she meets you up again, and it's like, oh, okay, what happened? Little does she know, before I met her the first time, I jerked off for 14 hours straight, so that I was prepared.
You know what? The reason why I say you go to the yoga shop to meet them is because they're super bendy. Okay, like a yoga bitch is like super bendy.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna be there, breathing heavy, sweating like a fucking donkey's ass, and they were like, look at this guy, looking for a 5 out of 10, over there like a 0 out of 10. Only thing I'm picking up is fucking
Yeah,
cardiac arrest.
God.
He's got a point. Like, you go there and everyone's just like sweating and stinking and barely like trying to move.
It's like in between the wheezes, what's up, girl? That ain't gonna work.
What's your
I
number?
mean, most of the time they are. I'm just saying, most of the time they are.
They'll be trying to keep a conversation going. I'm trying to fucking live.
Meanwhile, I've got my eye on the free powdered donuts in the break room.
If you're giving your dick exercise, then there should be no
It's
conversation
yoga.
going on
What
at
kind of
that
dick
moment.
exercises am I doing in yoga? What kind of yoga you
I'm
been
talking
going to?
about
Helicopter.
Hey, stay with me in your basement. You go to the yoga class. You pick them up during the yoga class, and then you leave with them after the yoga class. You get
You go
nothing
back
more
to their
than a
family's
solid-
house, meet their husband,
no.
become a fucking weirdo that watches from the closet while they fuck each other athletically.
Well, I mean, I went with yoga because they're bendy, but you could always choose a fucking cycling class. But then again, you're probably gonna have a heart attack in the class. If that's the case.
I had a heart attack whichever the class is. Isn't there a class where we just fuck each other?
Isn't there a class where you just sit and stretch? Yes, it's called yoga.
Let's cut to the sex. Like this.
I think that's referred to as a cult.
I'm okay with that then.
Even if there's a guy behind, like you're in a giant circle and there's a guy behind you trying to fuck you in the ass while you're freaking the girl,
It's like a spotter,
Yeah.
it's a big circle.
but it's like a spotter at the gym. They encourage you.
Encouragement.
Right, exactly. Way I can put on my resume, works well in a team environment.
Okay. God.
I'm stuck. Step pro.
Watching.
Who needs sex if you got hot sex?
Okay, first of all,
Sex
sex and
phone
hot
with
sex is pretty cool.
X-ray camera basement.
I was watching this documentary on Netflix, and it was about this like cult, and that's literally what they did. They had these big orgy parties where they got in a giant circle, and it didn't matter if it was like male, female, or whatever. It didn't matter. Like they all literally were in a circle, just like fucking the shit out of each other.
Okay, I have 3 questions. 1, what was their name? 2, where was they located? And 3, are they accepting new recruits?
Okay, 1, I don't remember the name of the documentary. 2, the group actually got
Was it
disbanded and
documentary?
are now either disbanded or in prison. And 3, it was in like Oregon or some shit like that.
Sure.
Damn.
Gina's home videos.
Shush, basement, you weren't supposed to tell anybody about that.
I know of your orgies.
Imagine showing up
Lord,
to
how
one.
did you turn on me?
Imagine showing up to one, and you're like, "I'm here for the orgy." The what?
I heard a lot of good things about these orgies. And you elbowing the guy next to you.
Oh my God.
Oh, I wish there was a way to heal myself so I didn't have to listen to this fucking... my heart palpitating. Yes.
Okay, so Roman says, backtracking a little bit, he says, bro, what? Haha, if you beat your meat 14 times a day, your schlang would be purple and messed.
Trust me, it is.
Oh my god.
It's called lavender ash. Lavender.
Oh god.
Oh my god, scary times.
Jesus
Sometimes you
Christ.
gotta mash up your fucking genitals, man. Trust me, it's
mean,
an old
no.
man's technique before you're gonna go for a night of pleasure
whipped
with
cream.
someone you don't really know that well. You want to impress them, you jerk off a couple times, get that bitch nice and soft, and when you go, it's gonna be like, yeah, that's right, I'm 3-pump chump now.
Okay, here's my question
Yes.
for the gentleman.
Okay.
How is it that some guys are actually into like the torture sex, where like they can have like strings tied to their
Why would
penises
that just
and
be
like
for
cold
us?
and
Aren't
stuff?
women into torture sex too?
Yeah. It's
But I'm talking specifically about like the string tied to the penis and like they pull on it really hard. Why?
It's a way of life, first of all.
it's a pain thing. It's a pain
Whose
tolerance thing.
TV is like super loud?
I don't know, something's exploding.
Maybe you deaf ass turn your TV down.
Bitch.
It's a pain tolerance thing, as far as I understand it,
Yeah,
because
as far
some
as
people
you
have.
understand it. I know you. You know me.
I don't
We want to do it to each other.
I've dated someone who was into that stuff, and I'm not.
I don't understand any of that. Like, if you try to hurt me, I'm gonna fucking hurt you on purpose.
Well, duly noted, and no whipped cream.
That's how it works, though. You
Oh,
hurt
Lord.
each other. One hurts emotionally, the
No.
other one beats the shit out of the other one.
No, I mean, like, by hurt you, I'm going to kill you. If you hurt me, I'm going to kill
On
you.
the wall.
No, there's
There's a door there.
consent involved, obviously. It's not just like, hey, how you doing? Smack. Oh, I didn't think you were into that.
This game's
mean,
controls
the-
can
the-
lick my fucking asshole dry.
Yeah.
I have a question. How did we get started with the conversation being about sex?
Someone had a question about Dom stuff, so
I mean, that would have been me.
Wreck everything and leave. That's what I do.
that's
See?
my bathroom slogan. Wreck everything and leave.
Anytime I'm almost get late, I just play some hot sex. Just blowing grass just makes me feel so much better.
I forgot
I mean,
how
I
to
want
beat
some
these
hot
things.
sex
I'm
now.
trying to X-ray it, but the controls can fucking blow my ass. I have to surprise it.
Sending goo.
Oh yeah, right. I would just sit here getting my ass munched for the rest of the fucking game. Run, bitch. I'm coming. Suck me. No. Oh, the controls are fucking garbage. Fuck me dry.
Fuck you dry.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Isn't that what people say? The new kids on the block.
I've never heard anybody say that in their life. Like, all I imagine is like I imagine dust coming out of your penis.
Check out the new kids on the block. Hit new single. Fuck me till I'm dry.
It's a real thing.
Gonna make
You're
you
ask-
also to dry. Make you also dry.
You got the at the end. God. Fucking confetti flies in the air.
They just have a lot of dust being shot out of assholes. Like a line
Oh
of people
my
bent
God.
over while they walk and sing. They're walking down a hallway and a bunch of asses just poof out dust. I can see it now.
Wait, so they're farting?
Dust. Just accept it for what it is. New Kids on the Block making a return. New Kids on Disc.
I love Donnie Wahlberg.
Downey Wahlberg.
Donnie
Don-
Wahlberg.
He was the one
Wahlberg.
that didn't fully develop.
Hello, I'm Danny Wahlberg.
Yeah, but he's like fun. I love him and his wife. There's so much
I
fun.
don't know how well you know this person. I love spending dinner nights over at their place.
Okay, I watched the show and they seem like they would be fun to hang out with. Is that better for you, Basement?
Okay, I didn't
No.
even know there was a show. This is the problem.
See,
Walter.
I thought that was
see,
a place.
Donnie's wife, Jenny, is on the last year. She's all right, I guess.
I mean, Jenny's always like she just always seemed like a legitimately fun person to hang out with.
Oh,
Jenny, you got the hips, Jenny.
I love you.
You know some people you look at and you know that you just smell bad?
Yes.
It's Donnie Wahlberg
Yeah.
for me.
Dude, there's a lot at wrestling shows, as I'm sure a lot of you guys
Oh
know.
yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
God.
definitely.
There are
Dude,
several.
I smell my finger. I can smell it from here. Thanks.
Oh my god, no. The last time that I went to TLC in the cities, there was a guy standing in front of me in the line and he kept on fucking staring at me, right? And it was two guys and a little girl. And this guy turns around and he's like, oh yeah, so where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. And so I told him where I was from and he's like, oh no shit, we're
So
from
worst thing you
Mankato.
can do. I'll see you
No,
tonight.
well, he's like, no, he says, no shit, we're from Mankato, you know? And I was like, oh, that's cool, you know? So we were talking, the really nice guy, and he, like, the little girl was his daughter, and the other guy was his best friend. Really fucking nice guy, but oh my god, did that guy fucking stink. So bad. And, like, I remember when we were going in, I remember looking at Austin and, like, whispering to Austin, please don't let us be fucking sitting by them.
Okay, that reminds me of I went to this comic book shop because it's free comic book day. They do that like every year. As soon as I went in there, all you smelled was fucking swamp ass and body over. I was gone in like 2 seconds.
The worst is when you have like Axe or some body spray masking it, and it's like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
it's not eliminating it.
I
It's
walked
just
by
getting
like that in the
a
grocery
late-
store today. It was disgusting.
Like, and I learned that the hard
combine.
way. It's like, you stink. And like, no, I don't. I put Axe on. Like, smell again. I'm like, oh god, it's like a blanket of like
Badness. It combines into
Yeah.
a whole new level of terribleness.
a whole new smell, a whole fantastic point of view. No
It's
one
fucking
could
disgusting.
tell him so.
It's
He's
like you can
got to
taste
go and jump off a cliff because his ass does stink.
It's to the point where you can taste it.
Yes.
That's the problem. Like, it's a
God.
Yeah.
So, like, the guy
Especially some of these
TLC
indie
that wasn't
shows where they're
that-
inside a gymnasium. It's disgusting.
What was
Okay,
the
no,
Axe
you know
ripoff?
what the worst one? The worst smell ever is the woman with the fucking rotten coochie smell. Like, you can just smell it standing there. Like, just standing next to her, you just smell like fucking rotten tuna. I'm like, go fucking take a bath. Like, legitimately, go fucking take a bath. Maybe douche like
Right
15
here.
fucking times.
Do I hear a buoy?
Bitch.
Oh. What was the Axe ripoff that came off at like after Axe? Like, I remember when Axe was made, there was another one that was right after it that had like the body
There was
spray
a
stuff.
couple of them like that. I think there was
I
like
know,
Adidas,
but-
made by Adidas or
Yeah,
some shit.
They used to do a commercial for it, and the entire commercial is, I want your bod.
Oh, it was Bod. Okay, I don't know if it was Bod or something else, but I remember Bod like was worse.
Oh. What is this? Why is my sperm arrived?
Jism, the kooky ghost, the kookiest ghost you know.
She's really looking at this thing.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
Yeah, Jack, there was another one called Tag by
Smegma.
Yes, there was.
That was it. That was it.
Smegma, the cream of champions.
Oh God!
Well, this is normal looking bathroom.
I mean, the chains are kind of a giveaway.
I wonder what's held in there.
Because I was
Nobody
gonna
wants
yeah, with the
Water.
bot. The bot,
Water,
right, like the
dumbass.
Open. Shoot out of my face. Thank you.
There's three reproductions in
Duck
that
all
one.
over my. Why is there like a curtain of a picture of a window? Okay.
It's
This
a
bathroom has
junkie.
2 windows. One of these
The
is painted
shower
on. One window.
locked. Why is the shower locked? Is my question.
Oh yeah, there goes my
It's
chism.
better if you don't ask questions.
Yeah,
I mean, this
suck
is a
this.
sex dungeon, isn't it? It is totally.
Allergies.
It's got to be.
How the fuck did this thing pass inspection?
Don't worry about it.
110% sex dungeon.
It's what I'm into, okay? Where do I go from here?
I mean, do you like to
Chains, the
be the one
water,
chained
the
up, or do
duckies,
you
the
like to
bondage,
do the
the
chaining?
It looks like there's an indentation on the wall there. Yeah.
My younger sister hated when I wore Axe and called it ass body spray. That's because you sprayed it right between your cheeks.
I mean,
Oh,
why would you wear something
They went
then
down the
proceed to
sewer
call
basement.
it ass body spray? Chuck, I have questions.
His youngest sister called it ass body spray because she thought it smelled like ass. I'm
Oh,
guessing.
I thought he was saying that he called it. I'm like, why would you wear something and call it ass? Excuse, clarification.
Sometimes you just gotta give up on language.
yep, yo,
Mario.
Give me what I want. Oh, my edge press X. It's gonna close. Oh, I know how this game works. Always
Oh
tease
god,
me.
it's the attack of the Frankenberries.
Not the freaking berries.
Frankenbein.
Oh god, look at it.
Oh.
Who remembers that movie?
I don't want the key.
No.
I have the cereal in the house right now.
I don't want that key that badly enough to
I
pull it
do.
out of a rabbit's ass.
Right, look at that. Look at that.
Already
You like
there.
what you see? Maybe if I shoot it back in the hole. Oh, you know what? Maybe through these hoops or some shit. Or not. I'll just release it to the wild.
Okay, who's fucking with their mic right now?
It ain't me.
Let me suck your ass.
I think you gotta use goo.
Oh, I can't go. Oh, okay. Let me just shit him out in the meantime.
Roman, you'd have to be a little bit more specific, because like we did a lot of videos on Heather's channel back in the day with like Drew and all them guys.
The lip sync video.
Was it the one where we all like dressed up as weird people and singing songs? I'm the only one dressed up as a weird person. I can't. Oh, I think I was the only one that
He
dressed
said
up.
that he
I
had
dressed
seen
up,
us on my channel, and we were
I
being
dressed up
funny
like
to
Little
her.
Basement.
Yeah.
I was mini basement. And then
Maybe if we both suck it at the same time. One head, one ass.
Flash your camera.
that's what she
Camera.
said.
Yeah, you have to be specific because we used to give each other shit all the time.
That was yeah, that was the Brewers game we did with our friend Brian.
Was I on that stream?
I don't think
I
so.
don't I don't think I was on.
It was at a baseball game, I think, and you had a winning belt. That was our friend Brian's belt.
Yeah, that was when Brian.
Yeah,
you guys were on that.
me and Brian was there when we went live.
Yeah.
Brian was. Oh,
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I was so busy fucking a rabbit.
Was it magical basement?
It was. I demolished it, and now I'm
Did you
fucking
see
a
this
fish.
guy's the fucking key he pulled out of his ass?
It's been a difficult month for me, okay?
Mario, I got a key out of a rabbit's ass. Oh.
I put it in mine, Luigi. I don't know if that thing opens, but now I got the key, so it don't matter, bitches. Am I opening this fucking shit pile?
No, I think it's the next room.
Imagine you had to make a copy of that key and you had to bring the whole rabbit with you.
Oh, shh. Pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Apparently, Roman is stalking people's YouTube channels.
Ooh, you'll never find mine.
Hey,
Guess
we
what?
appreciate it.
Got deleted.
Go
Now
for
this
it.
is
Nate.
kinky.
Mm.
All I have is like an inspirational video that's bullshit. Actually,
Wait, what's happening to channels?
oh, Roman was just
Stalking.
browsing our channel.
Oh, cool.
Stalking OKFabe. You gotta suck OKFabe.
Sucking, sucking.
Language.
Language has left all of us.
Where the fuck am I?
You're behind the mirror.
That's called a champagne.
Oh, it's a mirror.
Smurf.
Nah,
ever see that movie? You guys ever see that movie Mirror?
No.
I have not.
Yeah, where was it? Nicolas Cage?
No, it's Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and the
okay.
mirrors were like killing people or some shit.
I was gonna say
Mhm.
anything with
It was
anything with
funny.
Nicolas Cage, I'm in.
It was messed up, terrible. It was a terrible movie. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah, it was. It was. And I was really shocked too because like I love Kiefer Sutherland, and usually like whatever movie he's in is usually pretty good. That movie was just fucking horrible.
Wait, I don't know why you let Luigi go there.
Who is like moving
He
with
didn't
the
have
microphone?
anything. Yeah, there's some microphonics. Look, I can't suck. But maybe
Well,
I
let's see if it's me. Tell me if
Wait,
you guys hear
pressed
any.
the A button.
Oh.
Yeah,
no,
see
the A
the
button's on
giant
Luigi.
A?
Oh.
Yeah.
You see how it says a big giant A above it, basically.
Yeah, but that okay, listen.
Did the noise go
In
away?
my defense, that wasn't how the game was being played. You know what? You don't say it.
That was a great argument, man. Oh my goodness. And
whatever.
Connor, to answer your question, it seems to only be like when you're moving. It almost sounds like it's hitting something or something's rubbing up against it.
So stop
I'm not even
moving.
moving.
Stop breathing.
Are we
That's a weird
sure
thing.
it's you? Hold on a second. Like maybe it's not you. It's lighting up. Well, Bobbitt's muted. Now I hear that. So never mind.
Yeah,
Is it like
I'm
a
in
static
the
thing?
I was like, for once, it wasn't me.
Oh, look at this. Top hat.
Because they do.
Oh,
They don't wanna
JP
use
talking
the
to his
vote.
TV
They
again.
want to.
No, JP's just
Oh,
yelling
yeah.
because he has to get a haircut.
No,
In the background.
billowing out there in the background.
And his TV. Deaf son of a bitch.
Oh no.
Kidding, JP. I love you.
It's just far enough away that it sounds like JP's like got his head in like a BDSM mask with a zipper on the mouth.
Well, the thing is, it's not him, it's the TV.
Look, he's stuck. He's stuck in a chair. Oh god. Maybe he's not stuck. Come here, bitch. Fuck you like I fuck your
That's cool,
friends.
Roman. Roman says he has a gaming channel called Fireflow Gaming, but he only has an intro made so far, but he's gonna upload an Among Us video soon.
It's because we helped him with his intro, remember? Fireflow Gaming.
Oh yeah. I almost forgot about that.
I forget about
Did you use our intro, Roman, or did we stop?
If you use our intro, we will, so. At least I will. I'm a whore.
He's a
Put the
whore.
hat on the statue, I think.
I'm not volunteering myself for anything like that.
I will
From
swallow
the
the gravy,
top,
baby.
make it drop. Make it that's a bop.
And I think Connor is self-explanatory. That he will 100% swallow
Wow.
all the chowder.
And I like whipped cream.
But it's so
God.
sticky!
It's so
I-
sick. Why would you?
It's the stickiest of the ickies.
You can't get a good body for them going because you're too fucking sticky.
Yeah.
You have to
Go
power
on.
through it.
Yeah, well, the person that I was with could not power through it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh. You need some Cool Whip?
I do not want some Cool Whip.
Oh no, not that.
Basement.
Keep it out of a
Want me-
WH's.
Do you want us to whip you?
I can't say it like that. My mouth
Come on,
is
baby.
too
Quip it.
in tune with the English language that I can't
Quip
say
it
such
good.
things.
Basement, just quip it good.
Quip it all over you.
Did you
What?
say quip it?
That's what you said. Didn't
I
you
said
say?
quip it. Quip.
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 Quit being weird.
Stop being a queer. Oh god, no.
With the
Step
severed head.
sis. Wait, that's my shit.
Huh?
How?
God damn you. I hate you.
Okay, these bitches. Mean girls.
I mean, the fact that the hat's like crusty and like not moving, I would throw it back too.
Yeah, I've jacked off a lot in my hat.
Mario.
Yeah, there we go. Making Trey Stelly, bitch.
I'm just saying, watching this with no sound on is fucking hilarious. Because it looks like you just got robbed by fucking 3 hookers.
I did, and now I'm robbing them. Golden showers.
And they fly out. Wait, what?
That's another thing that I don't. That's another fucking kink that I do not understand.
I
Yes.
get it.
What?
It's warm. I pissed on myself once. Purposely.
Like, I don't understand poo or pee. It's nasty.
I just pictured Basement like trying to like arc
Why
himself.
are you?
I had to. I had the jellyfish death on my leg, my foot.
Oh no, this jellyfish thing is horrible. Luckily, I'm
Wait,
well prepared.
Wait, is this a real story?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, when I was on vacation.
I,
Me and my
wait,
friend.
I feel like you told me this
I did
before.
tell you this. Me and my friend
Okay,
were
I was
debating
gonna
on like pissing on each other before we
We're gonna
realized we
pee on
could
each
just piss on ourselves.
Does it like getting stung by a jellyfish hurt as much as they say it does?
Mine wasn't so bad, but it does
It's-
hurt.
It's pretty painful. It's more whether or not you'd like. I'm gonna walk it off. Like no, don't do that.
You're not gonna walk it off, but you do
No.
piss on it. So just a fun fact, ladies and gentlemen.
Or you could just go to a fucking beach that has lifeguards, but they have medicine for it.
They'll still tell you to piss on it.
The doctor
nature's
comes
medicine.
in. The doctor comes in and does his coat. Well, all right. Well,
I'm telling
prescription
you,
and
Give a shit about half
I could just picture this now. Okay, we're all on a tropical island, and I get stung by a jellyfish, and people are gonna be fighting over who gets the fucking pee on me.
You pee on yourself. Right?
Because you guys. Yeah, but what if I can't pee on myself?
it will be a line.
Pee in a cup.
No, because you guys are assholes. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys would be like, I'm gonna pee on her. No, I'm gonna pee on her.
To my defense, there was a lifeguard
Be like,
guy
nobody's
there.
peeing on me. I just stand up and pee on myself.
There was a lifeguard guy, but he didn't really speak English well. So we're like dying on the beach, and he comes up and they grab me.
Wait. Are we talking about like hot lifeguard?
I
Like
don't remember.
Zac
I was
Efron
stung by a
hot?
jellyfish.
Or
He wasn't looking at his fucking booty shorts. And he's like,
well, are we
you must
talking
make
about like
piss.
just shut up. No. Was he hot? Zac Efron hot, or was like David Hasselhoff?
Okay, first of all, who the fuck
we-
is Zac Efron? The guy looks like he was made in a factory.
Not to mention his giant cocaine addiction.
Yeah, work out a
Well,
lot,
he
do
doesn't look
cocaine,
like that anymore.
and
Listen and I were just talking about that. He doesn't look like that anymore.
yeah, he gave up the ghost.
He actually put on some weight. He looks really good.
Looks normal.
Still fuck him.
Yeah, I fuck.
Actually, I would probably fuck him more now that he looks normal than when he had like the fucking chiseled body.
You don't want to feel his veins pulsating underneath the skin?
Oh, you know what? That is one thing that was creeping me the fuck out. I can't not stand big muscles. Like when guys have like these big muscles and they're like fucking, you know, flexing and shit.
All the
Veins
time.
fucking creep me the fuck out. I can't. I cannot with that
I
shit.
just hate penises then. It's big.
I don't understand how you like
I-
Tom Hardy so much, son.
I'm sorry?
I don't understand how you like Tom Hardy so much, son.
He's not that veiny. Is he?
Mm,
He has the capability of being veiny.
I guess I've never really seen him veiny, but he's got a pretty face. He's got a super face.
He's got a big veiny dick. Everyone's favorite.
Well, I mean, we all know that Captain America does. Thank you, sir.
But here's the thing, like, I don't necessarily care to see celebrity vaginas.
Hey, like, I usually am not one for the pics, but that was just super exciting. She didn't expect it from Captain America.
Why? He's got America's ass and America's shaft.
I've seen that ass in movies, and good lord, is it fucking fabulous.
America, fuck yeah.
America, fuck me.
Yeah, put the hat on the statue. Don't carry it around.
Oh yeah, it is missing. There you go. See, this game has puzzles, and my brain, dumb. This is the problem, son. I got another fucking Hellraiser gem.
Excellent.
Speaking of Hellraiser, we got some plans to bring in a new show. Maybe next week, I think, would be a good idea. It's gonna be a bit hard for me to explain while I'm playing. So, oh god, Heather, please.
Yes, I can. Basically, what we're thinking of doing for Halloween, we figured to carry us from next week all the way to the end of October, or as close to the end of October as we can get, hold a tournament of the 32 best horror movie monsters that are out there. Now, with this tournament, we are limiting what can be in, such as gigantic monsters like King Kong, Godzilla, Clover from Cloverfield. You know, basically monsters like that are not involved in this. We want basically human-sized monsters. So this way, we get a pretty even playing field.
The other thing too is we won't be having like, okay, so if, for instance, if a monster is like the Evil Dead, for instance, right, which is like an entity, but it's a collective.
Yeah,
it's almost impossible to judge that unless the collective has like a single. And okay, so for like House of a Thousand Corpses, those people, you can take Captain Spaulding as he's one of several, but he is their standout. So you can kind of go that way. I think we can swing that, but...
And like with Hellraiser, you can stick with just Pinhead.
Yeah. Well, he is the icon for that one, too. And so is Captain Spaulding, for that matter.
I would like to see a list of the
That's what we're going to be working on here. What we asked of you, those of you in the chat, start just throwing out names of horror movie monsters that you know off the top of your head, and just start throwing them in the chat. Just give us, basically start feeding us the monsters you would like to see as part of this tournament. Basement and I, and I'm sure Trek and Gina already have a few of our own in mind. So we just want to get your opinion on it as well and get your selections in. How it's going? Yes, we know already that you're going to go either with that one or fucking Michael Myers track.
I think it's okay for like the rules and stuff. We can go over that when we do it, I think. But,
So
I mean,
is it gonna be like bracket style tournament?
It will be like an NCAA tournament. So it also will be randomized for who's gonna end up going against each other, and it'll be basically discussion based. The chat will be part of it just as much as the people on the call. So it'll be a fun thing to do for Halloween. But yeah, if anybody has an idea, even on the call for like, I should have done that in the beginning.
Question. What about like the classic Universal monsters? We're talking Dracula, Frankenstein, werewolf.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
nothing.
absolutely. They can all be
like King Kong, because it's just It's
Giggles.
You can't have Godzilla going up against Annabelle.
Yeah. Well, you could,
Tempting.
but we can't do the big ones because they're hard to manage, and the like legions, like zombies and stuff like that.
Right.
But I'm not gonna be able to write it down during the stream, so
Why don't you come
we can come
here?
back in. But if somebody has the ability to do so, if anybody comes up with something in the chat or on the call, and
I
you
could
guys
probably
take
jot down some.
Well, I had an idea to the homage of the old classic monster. Make them the regions, like Dracula be one region, Frankenstein be one region, Wolfman be one region. What's another classic
So
monster?
you're saying spread them out? Invisible Man? Well, not Invisible Man.
Mummy.
Yeah, Mummy.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then make them the regions, and then put, however you want to do it. That was just my idea.
Yeah. So you're saying spread them to like the four corners of the tournament?
Yeah, that's what JP is saying. That's something Baseman and I and Russia will have to discuss.
Oh, yes.
But for right now, we just want names.
Oh,
Do you
and
want me to go
if
ahead
you're-
and get on mine?
Just real quick, if you guys happen to be listening to this after we're live, then and if you have a idea for us or whatever, leave a comment because we're always checking the comment section. So
Yeah, leave a comment. Even put it on Twitter. I'll probably put like something out on Twitter. So if anybody follows me out there, or through the Horny Goat, if they follow that, then there'll be an ask for stuff like this. I mean, in all honesty, like there's only a finite amount of ones that we can use, and I've thought up about 30, and I think Heather's the same. But I'm sure we haven't thought of all of them, so it's good to get others. We'll probably end up with more than 32. We're aiming as 32 because that's the way a tournament would make the most sense, because it's going to equal out, and I don't want to go up any higher than that because it's going to take forever. But that means we might have to kind of, if there's redundancies or monsters that are very similar and not as popular, we might have to just get rid of them.
Yeah.
But we'll explain that
But do you want me to go ahead and give out mine?
If we can hear you, Bobby, yes.
Alright, Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I had that one on my list as well.
The good thing is, too, like, if we can get them, because we're probably going to do this next week, it gives us time to kind of, like, because we're going to be debating a lot of who would win, or who would get a leg up, or how they would, or which is the better monster, whether it be film-wise or just ability-wise. It gives us some time to kind of, like, look into them, because I know for sure I haven't seen every fucking horror movie before. So
Same.
getting some time to kind of look at, like, the abilities of certain creatures like this.
indeed.
So yes, so if anybody else besides Trek in the chat has, well, I'm not sure. Would you classify Norman Bates as
Yes.
a monster?
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a monster. It's a horror
Psycho
villain.
killer,
Horror
fucking
horror
Right
villain,
now, it's
basically.
gonna be an 8C. He's gonna get beat in the first round, but yeah.
So maybe like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter would be considered.
Do you,
It just allows
do you
for
guys
a
have
more
Leprechaun
dynamic
on the list?
conversation.
Do you have Leprechaun on the list?
I do. I have it on
Chucky.
mine.
Yeah.
I have Chucky
Okay.
on mine.
Question: do you have Dr. Giggles on the list?
No, but Dr. Giggles
Fuck
is
you.
someone that only one person knows.
Fuck you.
Write it down. Write it down.
Everybody
And it's
should
not
know
even Dr.
Giggles.
Giggles.
I'm writing them down. Don't worry.
Dr. G Spot.
Everybody should know Dr. Giggles. That, oh my god, it was so fucking bad, but so good.
It's G-Spot.
There's
Mhm.
an exclamation.
He sucked, lipo-sucked, like he lipo-sucked a woman when she was still alive. It's fucking great.
What? Isn't that how you do it?
Oh my. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No, well, I mean, she was like not sleeping. That's not what I meant at all. I meant like she was still awake. There was no like anesthetic or anything like that.
First, we're gonna have to kill you to make you slim.
Shut up, asshole.
Rip his fucking face off.
T-1000 from Terminator? No, because Terminator's not a horror
That's the
film.
other thing. The movie has to be classified as a horror.
Don't matter. It's
It'll have to be a horror movie.
gonna include Hannibal Lecter. You gotta include Terminator.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but
Hannibal
Hannibal
Lecter is a
Lecter
classic
is
horror
like
villain.
gentle
Terminator
thriller type.
is a bit more of an action movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a thriller.
No, it's not. It's action.
Yes, it is.
Hold on, before we get into a fight.
Terminator has more iterations that are action. And I don't even know if any of them would be considered horror, to be honest.
It's actually classified as a science fiction film.
It's considered
Action sci-fi.
doesn't matter.
We were both wrong.
Alright, well, whatever. No Terminator.
Hey, what about the Thing?
The Thing is 100%
Oh, that was on my
horror
list.
villain.
Alright,
And
good,
it is
good.
one entity, so it does qualify.
Okay, can we just put like Edward Twilight or Edward from fucking Twilight
I
on
don't
one?
think
Like
those
he's
are-
the ultimate villain because he's like fucking
Ooh.
sparkling and shit. Like
Mhm.
he
Hold
wins
on.
from.
Putting him down as an AC. and gets beat
What
by
about
Wayne.
Edward Scissorhands?
That's a tough one, because
Yeah, that's
was he a bad guy?
But he wasn't a bad
No.
guy.
exactly. He
But then
wasn't
again-
bad. He was actually a good guy. But then
No,
one
no.
can
Yeah,
also make the
this
same
is
argument
like-
for Frankenstein's monster.
Right.
Yeah, because this is like villains, right?
That's okay, write them all down,
Well,
because we're gonna have to
No,
kind
Frankenstein's
of...
monster has been written as a villain before, though.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kind of, I guess get rid of half the ones we come up with, probably. I'm gonna say.
Aaron, I don't think Predator would qualify as one
Predator? Yeah,
either because
100%.
Predator's.
Predator absolutely would.
Predator's a
What do
horror
you?
villain
Okay.
in the first movie.
That was classified as a thriller.
But
Okay.
if he goes up against Chris Hansen, it's screwed.
Oh god.
The biggest horror villain. This one said something.
Why don't you see
about
right
the-
here?
why there's an exclamation?
No, there was one that just popped in my head. What I was going to say. Not Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. Yeah.
What's
The
your
Demon
barber?
of Fleet Street.
Yep.
I'm gonna say yeah. Because
I'm
it
throwing
was-
out random ones that are probably not thought of like very commonly. Like I'm sure you guys have
I don't know how I
and Chucky and all those. I'm trying to think of different ones that.
We got Candyman.
Candyman, yeah.
Oh. Yep.
Candyman. We got Pennywise.
Oh god, I hate fucking Pennywise.
I love Pennywise.
I was thinking, and I'm
I
pretty
know.
sure I would accept this. The creature from It Follows. It's one entity. You never see what it looks like, but it looks like a bunch of people. If you guys seen that movie.
It's a giant spider, isn't it?
No, you never see it. It just
The
takes
entity
part-
that it follows.
Oh, it no. I mean the movie. It Follows is what the movie is
Okay.
called. Not Pennywise from It.
So like, Bobbitt said Pumpkinhead. What about the Headless Horseman?
Headless Horseman. Sleepy Hollow. We could write it down. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's on there already.
Yeah.
Suck your eye.
Oh my god, I got it.
What about the xenomorph
Ah.
from Alien?
Yes, because in the first Alien there was only one, and it was a horror movie. It later became like a multitude of characters.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
Ghostface?
Oh.
I don't know what you said.
How would you classify it, like, okay, in that movie, The Hills Have Eyes, like, would that even count? Because it was, like, multiple.
They just don't have. I can't remember, but from what I recall, they just don't have a individual standout.
Like, prominent, yeah, there's
like-
not a prominent.
For instance, Leatherface. They have a family
Right,
of people, but
right.
Leatherface is definitely the standout.
Second one was.
Right.
First one, very first one, horror sci-fi.
So
Okay.
are we judging? Sorry, I had a question.
Now, back in 19, Terminator was considered a horror sci-fi.
Okay.
Are you
I never
judging
considered
it-
it a horror movie. To be honest.
Are you judging the characters based off of like? Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like sci-fi, so, like, I would never classify that as a horror.
I mean, I would even say T-1000 is more of a fucking horror villain than the Terminator. But even
I
then,
really-
I
That's
don't
what-
know.
Yeah,
if I
that's what
wanna-
Aaron
I don't
said.
know
Something
if I
we're
wanna
saying in the
go-
chat, the T-1000.
You could do T-1000 maybe, but even
are
then,
you-
I don't know if I'm inclined to accept either of them. To be honest.
Now, as far as
Then
the
you
way
can't
guys are
accept the
pitching-
alien one either. It's the same fucking concept.
Okay, but here's the problem,
Okay.
JP.
No.
We only have
No!
32 spaces.
Yeah, well,
So,
you can
like,
write it down. It might be gotten rid of.
huh?
How are you guys basing off of like what you guys are like when you match them against each other? Are you matching like who is it, or is it more like general like which one's better?
Here's the thing, it's not like super structured. It's more for the debate that would happen between some of the weirder matchups, or like, you know, I mean, we're not gonna go into it like we're fucking watching the NBA finals.
Well, the only reason I was asking is I was gonna throw Jigsaw in there too.
Yeah, Jigsaw for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to explain real quick what we're talking about parody now, we are doing like a tournament style thing for horror villains or monsters of all time. So we're kind of discussing, and we're gonna get like 30 of them. So we're discussing right now who you would want to see on that list. So if you have any ideas, then let us know.
Shit, at this point we're gonna get to 64.
Yeah, I got ones we haven't mentioned either. I got Jaws, I got Cujo.
I got Jaws too.
I got
about,
Damien from The Omen.
Oh god.
Oh god, that's a good one. That's a good one. What about Phantom of the Opera?
I had that one on my list.
Yeah,
Write it down. I don't know. I've seen the fucking play Phantom of the Opera, and I just never felt like it was a horror movie.
What's the chick from The Ring?
Samara. I got her written down.
I didn't like that movie.
Leatherface?
Leatherface is already on the list. Somebody in the chat mentioned them.
Yeah, Parody, it is a good game. Like, I actually really do enjoy it, and it's just that the controls are very... When you're not playing continuously every day, even if you are, the controls are a bit like... They try to do too much with the amount of control I have. So sometimes I feel like it's really awkward to aim while using... Like, X is the fucking X-ray vision, and it's the only button to do that, yet it's on the same joypad as my right stick for aiming. Oh, but there's also motion control that doesn't work properly. So, whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a good game. I mean, I'm close. I gotta be close to getting to the end of it, I think. But yeah, for what we were speaking about for the monsters, I had more too. Let me take a quick peek here. I even have the what's her name? The fucking woman that takes care of the guy in Misery.
Oh, Anne. Is it Ann Sanders? Is it?
I think it's Anne something.
Hold on.
I was thinking about the movie Get Out, and I didn't want to say the entire family, but you could say the girlfriend in that movie. I don't know her name.
Annie Wilkes is the character you're thinking of. Basement. Annie Wilkes.
Amy Welps?
Annie Wilkes. Wilkes.
And there's also the character from Jeepers Creepers, our favorite movie. Everyone's favorite movie. How do I go where I'm supposed to go?
You just have to keep shuffling through the rooms until you finally get there.
Alright.
Because they've shuffled the rooms, so...
What about the demon that inhabits the girl in The Exorcist?
Oh, I don't know the name of that one. Oh, have you guys seen the Babadook?
Yeah, I would say the Babadook is one. I have that one written down.
Fucking creepy.
Babadook. What about the Blair Witch?
Do we even see the Blair Witch?
No.
No.
All right then.
I'm putting him on the list.
We
got the Jack Torrance from The Shining.
Ooh, okay.
This is where the exclamation is. So that means something spooky in here.
I am the film.
What about Annabelle? For sure.
Yep. Annabelle.
I don't know.
Annabelle. What about the This is where I don't know. Like the bad. Oh, it's not really. It's a person in a fucking costume in Scream, but it's two
Ghostface
people. Spoiler. I'd still say yeah. Go for it.
I mean, you could just say Ghostface.
Yeah.
Because in
Ghostface
every
killer.
movie it was somebody different playing the Ghostface. What is that noise?
I don't know.
Sorry, that's me. Hold on. Let me mute for a second.
What about Brundlefly?
Bruntal flag.
Brundlefly from The Fly.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Oh god.
Yeah, you can do the fly.
I watched that
Some of
movie
these,
one
like,
time when I
some
was
of
a
these
little girl and it
movies-
scarred me for fucking life.
He didn't really do anything except die.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Some of these
Did he
will
kill
be
him?
like
Metamorphosis into
a
him.
bit easier to
Did he?
like get through.
Did he kill anybody?
I think he did kill somebody.
I think he killed a guard by like spitting on him, didn't he?
Yeah, he had like acid.
There was also an extremely brutal rape scene in that movie.
That's why I love
What the fuck?
it. I don't remember that scene. Species. Yeah, the girl from Species. She's a monster.
She's a monster.
She is. Oh, did I do
She
it?
was created in a laboratory, but
Okay, so here's my question. If I remember correctly, this movie was classified as a thriller. But what about Annie Wilkes?
I hate you. We just
What's
discussed
the movie
this.
called?
From
Oh, I'm
Misery.
sorry. I went to the bathroom. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, we did agree that she can be included.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. I went to the bathroom.
The pig
what about
Amanda
the-
from the Saw movies? Well, we're gonna go with Jigsaw from the Saw movies, I think. The more
Yes.
iconic of the one. She was kind of like the offshoot that didn't do it.
Did
She
you guys-
did all that shit for no reason.
Did you guys say Jack Torrance already?
yes.
Yep.
What about the kids and children of the corn?
No groups.
Okay.
Just singular.
Well, actually,
Unless they have like a name and it's a standout of the group. Yeah, this is fucking weird, man. I'm going
Isaiah,
Isaiah.
the leader of the Children of the Corn.
Yes.
What about him?
I don't remember him. We can put him down on the list. I have to figure it out for who that is.
Joe.
Basement said him already.
Oh, I see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Three.
What about a classic movie monster in Nosferatu?
He's kind of like similar to Dracula, is he not?
He's the original Dracula.
So we could either use him or Dracula, I would say.
Well,
They're interchangeable.
Because that's
I feel like if we say Dracula, you can use any iteration of Dracula you kind of want to.
what about Silk and Species?
We got her already.
What about Jacob Goodnight from the movie See No Evil, which was Kane?
David Kessler.
The
The
guy
American
from
Werewolf.
Wolf Creek that I don't remember.
The Tall Man.
Oh my god, that movie fucking.
Slow down. I'm writing.
The Tall Man. What the fuck was that? The Naked
What about
Man.
Slender Man?
Oh yeah,
The
put that
Tall
on the
Man.
list.
Slender Man.
Crap, but we can put him on the list. I don't understand what I was supposed to do.
I don't know. You
What
guys
was the Tall Man?
Man,
The Tall
every
Man.
man.
It's the 1979 horror film.
Okay. So the Tall Man is the Phantasm from a 1970s horror film.
It's the guy.
It's the villain from Phantasm.
Another movie I
And
have not seen.
If I remember right, Cabin in the Woods. That was like a group of zombies, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was just like a
Okay.
group of different creatures.
John Ryder. The Hitcher.
What about Oh god.
I mean, technically, if you did Cabin in the Woods, you'd have to say the people orchestrating it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again.
You could do that because they have like all monsters at their disposal. But that also means that you could. There's a point to be argued against it. We could write it down. I don't know if it's gonna go anywhere.
What was it again? I'm sorry. I got like 6 people talking to me at once here.
It's the people that orchestrated the whole thing in Cabin in the Woods. I don't know. The thing is, they're an organization again, so it's probably not gonna work.
What about I don't know if you guys said this yet or not, but the Babadook?
Yeah.
We got that one.
What about it?
We got Pennywise.
Yeah, we got Pennywise.
Nah, it's from It Follows.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Yeah.
The doctor from
Yes, we got her.
Blob.
What?
Ooh, the Blob.
Wet ass pussy.
Oh, the Blob. I'm like, yeah. What that P-word?
The Blob, like,
Cardi
fucking
B?
terrified me as a kid.
Jack Forrest.
Got him already.
Okay. Pennywise.
VHS. Who was the bad guy in VHS, John Treadway? I know, like, okay, so just to reiterate, guys, we're looking for, like, individual villains. If they're part of a group, they have to at least be identifiable as, like, potentially the leader of the group. Like,
You gotta be
like
a 32
Captain
at this
Spaulding.
point.
No, I don't know about this one because technically we never actually seen anything, but what about the Blair Witch from the Blair Witch Project?
Already.
You could
Okay.
say it because it is one individual entity. You never see it, but you never see the entity in It Follows either.
Great. I mean, Blair Witch Project, let's face it, it was a fucking shitty movie to begin
Hey,
with, but
my favorite movie.
I don't know if you've ever seen
it's pretty
that,
great, so,
but
right.
But Henry from Henry the Serial Killer?
Wasn't that
Henry.
the guy that played fucking Zondu, or whatever the fuck his name was?
Michael Victor, yeah, he
Yeah,
played
Michael
in
Yeah. I know.
Dr. Jack Griffith.
From?
Oh, what about the
The
doctor
Invisible
from
Man. He's almost already.
what about the doctor from the Human Centipede?
Oh no. Will.
Can we get Boogeyman?
Got her already.
No, I don't think they have Boogeyman.
What about Mr. Hyde?
The nun from The Conjuring 2, yes. Mr. Hyde from Dr. Jekyll and
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
You can write it down. Crypt Keeper, I don't know, was Crypt Keeper outside of a show? And was it like made for TV movie type stuff? Or?
It was actually a book.
Well,
Careful with the book.
yeah.
It has to be basically. I'm limiting it to movies because it'll be the biggest list. Not to
The
mankind.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde theory has been used in many different movies.
Oh, I don't like that.
Movie could be considered not a horror movie, but it is considered a horror movie. The villain from Seven.
Yeah, John Doe.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a villain for sure. I gotta
How
get
about
boned out.
Dude.
Kevin Spacey, so there you go.
Yeah, he also fucks kids. That's a added. You know, I don't want to talk too much about the villains because we'll get into that when we do discuss.
What about Pazuzu?
It's from The
It's,
Exorcist.
From The
so
Exorcist.
that's the name of it. Okay, yeah, yeah. We can
Okay,
write that
so
down, I
what
guess.
about Danny Ardor from
From what?
Summer?
I don't know what you just said.
Mid-Summer. Like Danny Ardor from in there, she turns psychotic and kills her family or murders her family.
Spoilers. Never saw it. But maybe, I don't know. Was she actually like? Do you
Margaret
put
White.
her on the level of others that we named? Or
I mean, probably not. I mean, it is a horror movie, but
Yeah.
probably not on the level of others. And I assume you guys, I mean, obviously you guys have like Freddy Krueger and all those fuckers. What about the birds from the birds?
Luigi shit.
You guys are talking. Get the
What about? I'm sorry.
right.
Yes. What about Crypt Keeper?
I don't know.
I see him.
You can write it down. I'm gonna have to investigate to see what the fuck it was in. Outside of, you know, the TV show. Because it's not like, I've never seen, like, Tales from the Crypt. The Crypt Keeper is basically the fucking narrator.
He's not creepy. Kind of funny.
Okay,
Looks like
so-
his dad.
What about, what's her name? Rose Armitage or whatever her name is from Get Out.
Yeah, that's the one I was saying. Like, I'd write her down because she's like she's equivalent to Captain Spaulding for me as the main bad one in that movie.
Yeah, she's like the main antagonist.
Yeah. But I mean, well, like keep looking. Anybody in the chat put something in. We'll talk about it for the rest of the evening until we're done. And like we said, if we miss, you can always comment on it later, or you can hit us up on Twitter. But once we start with the tournament, we're not going to be adding anybody else. So what's going to be part of that is what's going to be part of that.
We got Freddy Krueger as well that we keep forgetting.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger.
I said that.
I did not hear you.
Jason, Michael Myers. All
Everybody's
those
just-
guys are kind of like self-explanatory additions. That's it. The big ones.
Now, here's my question. What about Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors?
I don't know.
Little shop of horrors.
That's the plant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I've never seen that movie.
Okay, did anybody say Guy Woodhouse from Rosemary's Baby?
It's another movie that I saw so long ago I don't fully remember. I know they stole her baby.
What was the name again? Gina, I'm sorry.
Guy
It's fucking bullshit.
Woodlow or something like that.
I got it. Alright. Let's see. Go back to my list here. What about Gretchen?
I don't know who that is.
Forget what she was from too. Hold on.
What about
Gretchen.
Krampus?
He was a
Krampus.
caretaker.
From
From the movie Krampus?
Yeah, Krampus.
I'd say Krampus would
Yeah,
qualify.
sure. He's an evil
I don't
monster.
think I've ever seen that.
It's like horror Christmas movie.
Okay, so here's one. Well, what the fuck was her name?
Stop throwing bombs at my fucking ass, man. I hate this.
Ellen from fucking Rose Red. She was the spirit movie.
Ellen from Rose Red.
Yeah, her name. I just looked it up. Her name is Ellen Winbauer.
I don't even know what that movie is. You can write it down.
What
Right?
You've never seen Rose
Spell that
Red?
last name.
I've never even heard of Rose Red.
Oh my god, that's like a huge Stephen King movie.
I don't know if it's huge.
Spell the last name for me, Gina.
R-I-M. Literally nobody has seen Rose Red? Oh my god. Anyway, okay. R-I-M-V-A-U-E-R.
Okay.
Are you guys
I read the book Rose Red. I didn't watch the movie.
you didn't watch the movie? The movie's like super fucking creepy.
So it's done, baby. Shoot loads.
What about Carrie?
Okay, I don't know if anybody's looked at the chat, but did you guys get Regan from The Exorcist already?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
It's
it's not Regan. It's actually Pazuzu. Pazuzu.
I don't. Would Christine count?
I don't know who Christine does.
I mean, it's an. Yeah, it's a car.
It's a car, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a demon that possesses a car.
Yeah.
Put it down. I'd put it
Yeah,
down.
that is the one.
I would say,
Christine, I would vote like Christine is probably one of the better horror movies that I've actually seen.
It
what
is.
about the Stave
And
Puft
actually,
Marshmallow Man? He's giant, actually, so maybe not.
you guys could actually like, what the fuck? The guy, oh my god, the guy that plays in fucking Christine. What is his name?
The guy who plays in Christine. Hold on.
Jack Mercedes.
No, Goldie Hawn. He's married to Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn. And no, it's Kurt Russell.
Yeah, like
And they're not
isn't
married.
A bad guy in there
They
too.
only fuck occasionally.
What about Ice Cream Man?
From
I've
my
never-
dreams.
Ice Cream Man.
I don't know if you're making it up now.
No,
or-
I shit you.
I've never heard of that.
Write it down. I gotta check it out. What about the girl that was the bad person in that follow up to The Shining?
I mean, I can't remember.
Dr.
Like, I'm trying
Sleep.
to remember the movie Christine. Is Christine the one where it's just the car, or is that the one where Kurt
Christine
Russell
is just
in
the car, yeah.
Well, actually,
Okay, what is
It's the demon-possessed car.
Okay, but what is the one?
Yeah.
Then what is the one where Kurt Russell is in the car and he's
The
a fucking
thing, we already
serial?
got him.
No,
Okay.
there was one where he was driving a truck.
Yeah,
I think that was called
he was
like
driving a car.
Jackknife or some shit.
Oh, that's what it was.
I gotta find the fucking.
That's one of
to get
those,
to the
yeah,
chat.
like not great, but whatever. We get the gist of it. We'll keep rolling them out. Guys,
Yeah.
just beat the fucking three sisters and beat them off all simultaneously. What about the blind man from the movie Don't Breathe? That wasn't a bad movie, fan, for coming out of nowhere. I don't know if you guys saw it, but
See, I really wouldn't necessarily classify him as a demon,
I'm not
as
he's not
a
demon.
villain.
He's definitely not a. None of them are good, but he is definitely. If you watch to the end of the movie, he is completely terrible.
What about the truck in Maximum
He
Overdrive?
turkey based his semen to her vagina.
Optimus Prime.
Maximum
is
Overdrive. That's actually cosmic space dust that affected all of the fucking electronics.
Okay. I mean, I've seen the movie, but it's been so fucking.
Oh, I love that movie. I watch it over and over again anytime any chance I get.
Actually, last time I watched that movie, I was 16 years old, and I was on a date with one of my best friends. That was like the most fucking awkward thing ever.
And Trek says you were thinking of Death Proof.
That's it. Thank you, Trek.
But he is the bad guy in that movie, and he kills.
Yeah,
he
and
tries
he's
to kill
like
those
murdered
three women.
shit ton of
He was
people.
a stunt driver, I think was what he was called.
Yeah, and he like murders a shit ton of people.
Yeah, you can write it down.
Yeah, he really.
It's not necessarily like I don't know. It's one of those
That guy-
that.
I just sent the cover to Ice Cream Man in the Discord chat.
How do I get back there?
And Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's
There's
like
not,
just a whole
yeah,
bunch of
there's
clowns.
not one individual. I thought of that one too. but
They're
there's
all
no
together, yeah.
Individual.
I mean, and I'm gonna say right now, fuck clown, but you know,
Killer
Ask
Clowns.
Basement how he
That
feels.
was a pretty good,
fucking
shitty movie. It's like so bad it's good type deal. Then look into this hole. Being called by my virtual boo.
Trying to think here.
Thanks to the boat in your way, it does look like you can go farther. Boat even
The original Mummy from like 1930 something.
Could you back to the lab? I'll tell you details later. Maybe write it down. The problem is a lot of these old creatures, they're like, they don't have enough personality unless we pinpoint a specific version of one. Like, and then with the
Dracula's-
mummy, you're going with the
Yeah,
fucking newer mummies, which are kind of all garbage, but still.
Bye-bye.
You mean Tom Cruise?
Oh god. It's not the Dracula or it's not the mummy we wanted or needed. Therefore, they canceled it all.
Yep. Dark Universe.
I think I can just go. I see that boat, ghost boat. I think I can just go to the lab this way. Return to rap.
How many more levels do you have left?
I've got rabies.
Oh.
God knows too many.
He's going to be on level 12,
Yeah, there
right?
it is. Your favorite.
Stop, bitch!
He's going. He's almost up to level 12, right?
I think I am at level 12.
So then only 3 more levels after that.
Wow.
Well, 3 more floors after that.
Okay. First spell it, Aaron. There's nothing wrong with 3 chicks beating the shit out of a man who deserves it, okay? And that wasn't Trek, that was Aaron. I apologize. I can't talk.
Yeah, there's plenty of problems
I
with it.
can't talk, okay?
It furthers the feminist agenda. God. What is this baby?
But I mean, if he was deserving of it, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm just talking like a scumbag. Why is there a baby here? Am I a baby now?
Toad.
That's Toad.
Oh.
am I a baby?
These are
My
questions you have to
baby.
ask yourself. Look,
Okay, Aaron, I'd like to see you stand up to 3 women.
I would stand inside 3 women.
Right?
What now?
I would.
I mean,
Well, I mean, if they're
depending on the woman, most guys don't even want to do that to one woman because we gotta get ahead. We have a little bit.
What Alpha put in the chat?
We have a little bit of
You
an
said,
issue
Trek,
with
I heard about Death Proof.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We have a little bit of an issue of turning psychotic sometimes. So it's whether or not you want to bet your money that day.
Man, I have no idea what's happening right now.
Girl power basement. That's what's happening.
Girl power.
No, it's not.
Man, the movie wasn't very good, Alpha. Don't worry, I wouldn't hang my morals on it.
I liked that movie.
Yeah.
Then I have a tendency to like really shitty
Well,
movies.
here's the thing.
So
It's
that's
Quentin Tarantino is definitely not one of his best. I know it was done stylized.
Yeah.
But that movie was real creepy with him fucking molesting feet all the time. Like, what the fuck was that all about?
Okay,
Quentin Tarantino.
Basement.
Weirdo.
one of my favorite fucking scary movies is Dr. Giggles. Okay, you took a moment to fucking look at Dr. Giggles, and you saw what it was.
Yeah, it was.
But yet I love that
pretty good.
movie.
It's like in the same vein as Pumpkinhead. Not
I love
great.
that fucking.
So I'm assuming I have to go back to the
Pumpkinhead?
floor that has
The demon.
No,
Yeah. The demon.
she's talking about Dr. Giggles.
Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Look. Fucking dentist that fucking did nitrous oxide.
We had the giggle.
I don't know where
Book
the
was
fuck that
good.
is.
The book was good.
Dr.
They had a book?
Usually books
Yeah.
are better than fucking movies.
Oh. Did not know that it was based on a book.
Say the
It was just one of the ones that
almost
like,
every movie's based on a book.
well, my friends and I mean, we were like 9 years old at the time, and that
You
was just
weren't
one of the
reading
ones that,
Dr.
like, one of the
Giggles? What's
movies
wrong
that
with
we liked to. We were just what like we like. That was one of the movies that we liked to rent when we got taken to the store or whatever. So.
The Santa Claus from Silent Night.
Jack
Silent
Frost,
Night.
the killer snowman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Frost?
Jack Frost. You reminded me with all your Christmas talk.
I love Christmas.
I love Easter, the worst holiday.
Well, you know, from the horror movie Holidays, there is the Easter Bunny.
Mm-hmm. It's terrible, but he is a demon child.
Mentioned it, it's a group, and it's not one singular.
Basement. I don't remember. Remember that movie that you had me watch?
No.
Like this was
Garbage Day.
No. Oh God, what the hell was it called? It was like a ghost or whatever. Or
It was
evil spirit.
Insidious, but I don't know if there's an actual.
Oh, wait.
I don't know
didn't-
if there's an actual name in Insidious.
What
I was gonna say,
wasn't one of them had like some guy that looked like a scarecrow?
Oh, yes.
The one where he
We
was like
forgot about
always
Chucky.
watching the. I think I have Chucky on the list. The one there was a movie where Ethan Hawke was watching like videos of people getting killed. Does anybody remember this?
Oh my God!
On like Super 8 film.
I was gonna bring up
He was like a writer, and he was like in writer's block or some shit, and he moved to a house and had a bunch of old videotapes of like a bunch of families getting fucking run over by
window.
lawnmowers and shit like that.
No, that was Johnny Depp.
Oh, Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, you can do Lawnmower Man.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys know that they made a remake of the Banana Splits, and they turned into a horror movie.
The banana shits.
It is called Lawnmower Man.
Only Stephen King book. One of the only ones I
That's the
haven't read.
movie I was thinking of. I never remember. No.
Well, I mean, I remember that movie, fucking Hostel, and there was like the main antagonist in that one, but I don't know.
Speaking
Like
of
the-
Stephen King book, the warden from Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, he was a douche. Canoe.
Yeah,
Or
like
even like, who was the bad guy in Green Mile? He was one too. Basically every Stephen King.
Percy. I love that name, Percy. I was gonna name my child Percy if it was a boy, and my mom told me that she would kill me.
Yeah, Percy Jackson in the case of the errant dick in his mouth. Apparently that's being remade on Disney Plus, Percy Jackson. A lot of fan base, just saying.
I mean, what else is new? Everything is getting remade because they don't have any fucking original ideas anymore. Check the Sinister was the Ethan Hawke movie.
Sinister. Yeah, that actually had a villain. It was some sort of scarecrow-looking motherfucker.
Wasn't there a villain actually called the Scarecrow?
That's the antagonist in Lawnmower Man.
You son of a bitch.
Not only that, but he's a Batman villain too.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Rex, the biggest villain of them all.
Yep.
Okay, Aaron, calm your tits. I was just fucking joking, man. Calm down.
Look at Casey.
Don't be angry.
No one need be bad boy.
What's up, Dan Rex?
Good job, Karen.
I was only kidding. I love you. Love.
Okay, fuck you, rats. Motherfucker ran into my ass. That's not what I want. I can't recall where Toad went.
Toad probably ran away.
I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna plow you so good.
Wow. Why is everything getting plowed all the time? Is my question.
You know what? It's the
I mean,
only
I-
way to make the world the way I want it. How do I get up
This is
there?
the way.
This is the way.
This is the
You know
way.
what? Call it a bad take, but I think the second season of The Mandalorian is going to be a letdown for a lot of people.
Really? What makes you say that?
Because I feel like the first season, what was so great about it is something that can't be technically repeated, and a lot of shows kind of rely on that. And like just judging from like the casting and stuff, they kind of like bloated it a lot. Like you think of, I don't know. That's just my personal point of view. We'll see. Hopefully, I'm hoping it's good because it was the best thing to do to Star Wars in a while. But I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
no doubt. No, I see what you're saying though, because like the first one was so. I love the first season because of its simplicity.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have to be a hardcore Star Wars fan to understand what was going on. They did a great job of like really taking the time to really kind of flesh out the backstory of everything. It didn't have anything really to do with the main like Star Wars universe or like, you know, Jedis or anything like that. So you're right. It could go either direction. I do know they said the second season they're going to do a lot more world building and more expansion, obviously, because Jedi.
They need it.
Well, my problem is like they can't do the same idea because basically, if you look at the first season, it was entertaining as hell, but like it also was kind of like a monster of the week type of deal where every show was standalone with a very slight overarching storyline. I don't know if they're going to continue that trend. It's kind of not an easy trend to continue when you only have 10 episodes or 8 episodes, whatever the first season was.
But you know what? The Mandalorian will succeed because they have Baby Yoda. That's what made that fucking
that's
show.
the thing. You can't
That's what made that
you can't
show.
capture that lightning in a bottle and have it like eventually the fans will turn on it. That I
Right.
guarantee it.
But what I'm saying is like the second season, it's gonna be a success because like there's still the buzz about Baby Yoda, and
I don't know if the buzz is
call
as
it
strong as
sad.
it was.
I mean, call it sad if you want to, but people fucking love that thing.
This is why Baby Yoda needs to go away because it
Well,
shouldn't
Baby
be
Yoda's not going to go away
it
now.
shouldn't
It's
be about
integral to the
Baby
storyline.
Yoda. It should be about the Mandalorian.
I agree.
The thing
I
is, it's
agree
like
with you,
super
but-
integral to the storyline. And basically, the end of the last season set that whole storyline up for the next season to go through. So it's basically the arc
Right.
that we're on. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. But
Well,
there's some
can.
things that the first season kind of relied on that I would call trope, like a bit more basic tropes of storytelling. It was fun because it was what people wanted from Star Wars, and I think Star Wars can do that. It's just there has to be a pretty drastic change for the fundamentals for how that show works in the second season
Well,
for it to continue the hype train.
Well, and they literally can't kill Baby Yoda because they've made the whole show around Baby Yoda. Like, the whole thing is about the Mandalorian protecting Baby
The thing
Yoda.
is, the only way it's gonna work if he leaves the show, Baby Yoda, he's gonna have to be delivered to the planet that he lives on. But I have a feeling that's not gonna happen for a long fucking time.
Unless Baby Yoda's absence.
He might be get stolen or some shit.
I'm saying, like,
Wait, Connor, you
which he
keep on
probably
fading
will.
in and out. What?
Oh, sorry. I was trying to say that with Baby Yoda, he's so popular now that unless they replace him with something super popular that would overcast or overshadow that, they're not going to ditch Baby Yoda anytime soon. There's no, because that's pretty much the story right then and there. And you start off with him killing Baby Yoda, not killing it, and then protecting it, and then it's like, okay, now I have to figure out this shit and figure out like the juggling of all that. And now season 2 is basically just him trying to find Baby Yoda's home. So unless that like leading to Baby Yoda being off screen for whatever reason, or off, or just written off the show, something much more popular or bigger, I don't think he's going anywhere for a while.
I don't think he is either, but I do know that like a lot of the times it is, and Trek's right, like the sophomore slump for a lot of TV shows does happen, and I feel like with them kind of catching it's Disney and Star Wars in general is something that like I'm sure when they hit success, they have more hands-on than anything else that they fucking do. Too many fucking cooks in the kitchen, and that could potentially hurt it as well.
Well, you also have to remember the audience that Disney targets, so like, yeah, they should be trying to burst fans, but they're also trying to target that kid audience, trying to sell merchandise. If they get rid of Baby Yoda, they're gonna have something just as fucking cute and like fucking Baby
That's
Jabba or something.
But that's where I feel like the fatigue can come from. Sorry, please tell me what I'm doing, because I have no idea.
Have you gone into that other room yet?
What other room?
There's a second door over
Right here?
to the left there.
It's locked, or it doesn't
You
lock.
can't go in there with Luigi. You can't open doors. Luigi cannot open doors.
What a fucking failure.
I think the other part too is the short seasons. If they do 8 episodes, I think that the seasons. I personally don't mind the 8-episode seasons. I think that.
I feel like the second season will kind of decide what type of show they want to be, and while I will say like the first season was fun, I don't see longevity with the formula the first season did. The shows that had longevity with those type of shows that are very like episodic are usually like 22 episodes a season and shit like that. And I don't like that either. But seeing 8 episodes where it's just like the same over and over, and I mean I like the first season, but I think it was overhyped. If I know a lot of people liked it, but I do feel like there was a bit too, like, it was fun, but it wasn't like groundbreaking or anything. The problem is it only felt so good because Disney had misstepped so much with the other Star Wars properties.
I think that's exactly why, because people are like, okay, we have a series that has nothing to do with the main Star Wars universe, and it can be on its own, and we're following a bounty hunter that's similar to Boba Fett. Okay, this could be very interesting. And that was we didn't even see any sort of Baby Yoda teases in the trailers.
Alright, suck him up and shoot him over the wall.
Oh, well, that's all
It's
you
like
had
my
to say.
dad.
God. Come here, bitch. I'm going for a fucking ride.
Fuck yeah!
How unfortunate. Looks like you're gonna have to pleasure him before he'll do anything with you.
I thought that's what it said too. But no, I see where you're coming from, Basement. I think you're right. I think that the way they do it, it can't go You're not going to see it like The Walking Dead, where it's like 14 seasons or whatever like this. It's not going to be that long. But
I don't think it is either.
The one thing I think that it did successfully was reinvigorate love of the Star Wars brand, which I think was a genius move.
Yes,
You know, because people weren't big on the movies, and so now you have this. Even if season 2 not going to be as good as season 1, which
But
is
you
fine.
look at it, it's like it's basically they ended up with like the perfect storm to have the Mandalorian be good, because it didn't have much expectations considering the movies were all kind of and it's with a character that is not has I guess wide received throughout like the non-super fan base. So there wasn't the expectations there, and now that they are gonna have expectations, and I mean just judging from some of like I don't know like even watching, I'm hoping they can keep the fun, but I also hope that they kind of like raise the stakes and make it a bit more I guess serialized instead of episodic. But I think that's what they're gonna do. I don't know, we'll see. Go up there, bitch. Yeah, give me my fucking whatever this is.
I'm also looking forward to WandaVision too, after I saw the trailer for that.
Yeah, that looks really exciting.
The thing is, they are taking some risks with the Marvel Universe shows, which is nice to see.
Fuck it, they can. They pretty much destroyed everything after Endgame.
Yeah, they kind of do whatever the fuck they want at this point.
Well, I mean,
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like super sad that I'm not going to see Tony Stark or Captain America again. Well, not
There's so much
America that I know.
I'm glad they did. I think honestly, the ending with Captain America was my favorite, because really, what else are you gonna do with it?
I fucking hated it. I know it's the way that it goes down in the comic books that he hands it off to Falcon. I understand that that's how it happens, but I fucking hated it. The reason why I hated it is because Falcon, in all of the movies, Falcon was always made to be like this sidekick, and they never really put emphasis on like what he can really do. So him being handed off the shield made no fucking sense, unless
it was more the symbolic nature of Steve gets to live his life. Like, he never got that. He never got the chance to. But so I get what you're saying though. Like, okay, what makes Falcon so great? Like, it would have made more sense to give it to Bucky.
Yeah, one thing I will say, never say never with the Marvel Universe. After they created like a bunch of different fucking timelines and shit like that, I guarantee you some of the like more offshoot wacky fucking storylines, even the Spider-Man stuff, can have, you never know, they go to different timelines. There's different, like I heard one thing that sounded pretty actually interesting to me, where they were gonna do Doctor Strange and have him go through like a multiverse shit, but have like the people that play Iron Man and stuff like that be the alternative casting choices that they were going to hire before they ended up with who they did hire.
Yeah,
I actually heard that the new Iron Man was supposed to be his daughter.
They
Tony Stark's daughter.
Did allude to that. Maybe in some way they will do that. I don't know.
Oh my god!
They left that as an Easter egg in Avengers, just to, as a, you know, because I will say one thing that Marvel's very clever of is they can leave Easter eggs for things that they can reference back into, whether they intend to or not, so they can go back and make, you know, everything fucking connect. But no, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, out of all the movies they've announced for the next phase, is the one that I have the most like hype for, because I want to see what they're gonna do. And WandaVision leads right in. So when WandaVision's done, it's gonna lead going into that movie. So it's gonna have direct connectivity. But
I am wondering how they're going to kind of handle the fact that I'm gonna admit I'm superhero fatigued. Personally, and they've kind of blown through in what my opinion is the most legitimate, interesting arc of what I've seen. Not to say that they can't keep it going, because they can keep that shit going forever. But I don't know.
But
there is a couple of major players that they still have that they could really have some fun with.
But this is
Doctor Doom, Galactus. They're going to redo the X-Men again, which could go either way. But
well,
there's
my
still
problem is the
lot
characters are going to become. Basically, they're going to fill the shoes of the characters they're losing with other characters. Spider-Man is going to become Iron Man, and it's going to be a slightly different take. But like, there's only so long you can have a run of a bunch of fucking quippy characters before it's like kind of getting tired of the fucking
But this-
one-liners
there is
during the
gonna
end of
be
the
an
year or
endgame
end of the world.
But I think that that's exactly why, like, everybody's getting kind of like fatigued with the superhero thing, and I think that that's why that show The Boys is such a fucking hit, because it's literally like
Yeah.
anti-fucking
Yeah.
superhero.
Yeah,
That's
it's a different.
I've been wanting to watch that.
Oh my
That's
god,
honestly
it's
why
so
they-
funny, Heather. Like JP would fucking he would love it because he fucking hates supervillains. Or I mean, he hates superheroes, so he would fucking love it.
Honestly, that's kind of why I'm looking forward to some of the Marvel shows on Disney Plus, because now you have a chance to see known characters and really have some like weird creative.
You're going wild.
Yeah,
That's-
I don't know what's going on with your mic, buddy.
I don't
mean-
know what I'm supposed to do.
There's no way out of that room. You need to go back.
I must go back. Toad, come with me, you fucking bitch.
Let's fucking change this up.
Have a good night, Bobbitt.
Did you
About
guys
now.
Did you guys happen to hear the new rumor on who's supposed to play the new Bond? I heard it on the radio today.
Tom Hardy, right?
No,
Yeah.
Who?
no, actually, the new rumor is apparently Harry Styles is in the mix
Fuck is
Oh,
Harry
to play
Styles?
the new Bond. Yeah.
Who
Really?
is Harry Styles?
Mm-hmm. Harry
One Direction.
Styles
One
from One
Direction.
Direction.
I already hate it.
Well-
But then again, I don't really care. I didn't want Tom Hardy to play Bond because I felt like putting him in a role like that for 10 years, you're not going to see him in anything else. And Bond is such like an old, tired character that I don't really want it to go to someone who has a decent amount of
I mean,
acting talent.
I'm not
Well,
against
let's
Harry
code
Styles.
up to that ladder.
Well, I guess
I'm not
the reason why Harry Styles' name got brought into it is, one, he's British, just like the original Bond was, and two, he's more like, this would be his actual first like technical acting gig, I think. So he's more like fresh, and
I don't know if you want to.
he's younger. So like he's younger, so like they can mold him into the Bond that they want.
Well, problem is James Bond is not young.
Yeah, but you don't want
Exactly.
you don't want somebody that has never acted before
Yeah, that's
properly
the
to be
thing.
Yeah.
Bond. That's just slap in
That's
the
the
face to a
bigger
lot of the
concern.
diehard fans.
That's the bigger concern for me. I mean, listen, we all kind of were like kind of joking when what's his name was named for Batman, and I saw the trailer, and I'm actually really stoked for it. So
I actually
you know,
didn't mind
never.
that because I've seen him in a couple things and he's good and he kind of like hates his time in Twilight, so I can accept that.
But no, that could yeah, that's more the lack of acting ability. But going back to the superhero stuff, you know, in terms of like getting tired of that stuff, I agree with you, but that's why I'm kind of curious how they're going to do with these series. I think that's why Disney's like semi-genius by being able to like milk the franchise without having to do more movies and still have fun like playing around with different things.
The other thing too is though, like they want to keep up the production value, so those TV shows aren't going to be fucking cheap.
No, they're not.
Well, but you have a chance to have like fun and explore them and give them more time than you would in the movies and stuff. And that way, it's kind of a mix of, you know, hey, if you don't want to see the movie, you know, if you don't want to see more movies, fine, you can skip these things. But if you're a diehard junkie, you can still do this and then expand and explore even further.
I like the idea of them doing TV shows. I just what I'm questioning is the Black Widow one. Just because kind of like when you know where a story's gonna go to end, it does lose some of its luster. We kind of know how it ends up, and then if you start saying like the multiverse stuff, because they will rely on that shit pretty heavily, it gets so convoluted to me, and I hate it.
I've had Black Widow spoiled, unfortunately for me, and I won't go into too much detail, but I will say that from what I read in the story, it's pretty solid. But as far as it like linking up with the main continuity stuff, it's more the bigger thing is that it's more setting up what their plans are for the next phase. That's really the big reason why.
That's the other thing too. I don't really care about Black Widow. Like, what is her actual character in that's been described to us in the movies?
Super spy.
Garbage.
Super horror.
Garbage. But no, I mean, Taskmaster being the villain is what got me interested in that one more than anything.
Blast him.
Blastmaster.
Oh, I thought you said ass master. I'm like, what the fuck?
That too. No, Task.
Do the exploding move, basement. Otherwise, you're never gonna get a camera flash on him.
Or am I? Where there's a will, there's a way. Jeff Goldblum.
Holy shit! Get the fuck out! I should have had those shrooms.
I'm gonna eat his fucking head.
Yep, that's pretty much all he did.
You don't have to charge the flash all the way.
I
You
hear
can
it.
just flash away.
Exactly. Flash anything and everything.
That's how I ended up here.
Fuck you, Flash. Gordon. Alright, suck that deep.
Hey, suck Toad up. You should be able to shoot him at that wall and break.
Come here, bitch. Going for a ride, motherfucker. Oh. So, oh, you know what I should have done? I need to buy some bones. I need my bones.
You'll be able to soon, because you're going to go back to the lab anyway.
But I do feel like, I mean, although I'm thankful for the cinematic universe, I feel like it created an unfortunate trend of a lot of things not getting greenlit in Hollywood unless there is like an extended version of it or an attempt for an extended version, like the fucking Dark Universe, DC Universe, and I mean, unless you can pull it off, it's resulted in a lot of failures.
Movies have always looked at that though. You know, like in terms of like
Sometimes,
necessarily,
not
like-
all movies.
They-
And I would say
they
there's
look
more
at it more from a
standalone
marketing.
movies made in the 90s, the 2000s, than there has been in more recent times. I mean, well, or at least more willing to do something like that. And I mean, that's why I think like the Joker movie was such a good choice, because it is a standalone, at least from what we know so far. That was greenlit, but I think it only got greenlit because DC as a fucking company does have no fucking clue what they're doing.
I think DC is smart enough to know that they're like, hey, we can't make connected movies for shit, but we can do some great standalones. Do people really give a shit about the connectivity? No.
Well, the connectivity
Fuck it.
is the money maker, right? No matter what.
True. Yeah.
But I mean, just allowing some of their property to just be done as a standalone, and this is what I kind of like the idea. Like they've gone, DC did it first. They went through so many fucking Batmans at this point in time that the fan base is willing to see different people play different characters. Where Marvel kind of pigeonholed themselves. Now, how many people are going to be willing to see another Iron Man, like Gina said, or you know,
Another Spider-Man.
well, Spider-Man, there's been 10,000 of them. But I mean, for those main ones that were in the cinematic universe, it's gonna be hard pressed for like a lot of people to accept seeing replacements, without them like rebooting the whole thing.
The whole universe.
And that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that's going to be too much money and too much time. But with DC, they still have a shit ton of heroes later movies that nobody's seen yet.
DC had the perfect opportunity to do everything Marvel did, but do it for an older audience. And they soured on it immediately when people were like, why are you doing Superman like in like such a like a dour state or whatever, instead of it being a more fun-loving movie? And after that, they gave up. And I'm like, it's because you did like
Save your code.
don't do Superman at all. I don't know where he is.
What was the one that was actually more curious about was how they were going to handle Superman. Because Batman's been done to death, but Superman, they haven't done as many.
Well, Superman, I don't think they should do a Superman movie. I think he should be treated like Hulk. Where he's...
I mean,
Because,
yeah,
like, his character is just... You're gonna have to rewrite his fucking character to make it interesting again. For me, at least. Because he's so cookie cutter, it's like, eh. But that's just me, I don't know. Like, they tried how many superhero movies, or Superman movies, that kind of... Plus, I mean, the anti-hero is so much more intriguing, especially nowadays. So you
Yes.
see so many of them be like, both bad and good most of the time. Don't be, you son of a bitch. Rue hated the Joker movie. I mean, to each their own. I don't think the thing is, it depends on what
Really?
you went in on it for. I went in on it looking like they were trying to make a movie, but they had to get greenlit. They kind of had to do something with that DC name, and I think they did an admirable job of trying to make something a bit more grounded and real. Especially if they're going to integrate it later. Just judging from the Batman trailers of the new one, it does look like it's like 90s. So the timeline might actually line up for that to happen. Maybe it's just me that I'm tired of seeing the same movie. And Marvel has released the same movie so many times.
Yeah, I really do not want to see another Iron Man movie. I don't want to see another Thor movie. I don't want to see another fucking Captain America movie.
Oh, they're doing one more Thor movie at least.
Thor Ragnarok was fun. It was one of my favorite that they've done. Because it was just a fun movie. And it was a departure and a change to the character of Thor, which was good. I don't pay attention to Tommy enough to make me hate anything. Except for maybe him.
How you doing, Ray?
That talk. Salutations, good people. What's up, baby?
Ray.
Somebody sounds tired.
Yeah, I am. Alright, but I'm hanging in there.
Well, for our list, we got 63.
Yeah, well, I'll cut that in half for sure.
Yeah, that's
Literally one Casper.
Yeah, Talk That Talk is Iceman Defoe. Yeah, Ray Rollins.
Yeah, I think that's
funny.
heist.
Alright.
63 fucking names.
Yeah, 63.
Yeah, cause Ray comes in. God, what the hell does Ray?
At that point,
Ray
you just need one more to get.
No, well, he has Ray Rollins, but I thought that he changed his name.
They don't all look the same. Racist.
Oh my god! Not what we meant.
Yeah, but you know.
I hate you.
I have to go there when I was the one. The recaller. Come with me, my mushroom tip friend.
I'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
See? He took my joke. Or maybe he just heard my joke late.
He says not all blacks look alike. Dude, I'm sorry. I was looking at my phone when all I heard was, "What's up, Ray?" And I'm like, "Oh, hey, Ray."
I
Sorry.
hope they do like a really dark remake of Elf, where Elf
There's Ray.
eating pussy
There's
nonstop.
Ray. Hey.
Ask and you shall receive.
The cartoon kid. That's
He
Ray.
starts eating cats.
Now I feel like an asshole. I am kind of an asshole, so that's okay.
No, don't, because that was me. I confused
Yeah, I was
I
them.
looking
feel-
at my phone.
Great.
I was looking at my phone because I was looking at something on Twitter for a second. They had this like test thing on there. You know, one of those things where it's like your birthday and then
You have to shoot him up into that other compartment to get the valve for the door.
Oh, saying a lot, and I'm listening to very little.
I imagine so.
You failure!
Yeah.
Fucking Toad. Oh my god. He's not playing the angles.
He's not.
Come here, just,
Tell me what you want, master.
Alright, I'm gonna find a different
Well,
way
I
to
mean, what do you
shoot the-
expect? The guy has like no fucking legs. So he has no room to play any angles.
Oh, he'll play all
Can't move.
Shut the fuck up, Egad! I stab you with the fucking testicles. Can't listen to this motherfucking crotchety old man, baby. I'm not. Why don't you have Toad look for it? Yeah, why don't you fucking suck my dick? There's gotta be a way.
And shoot him straight up.
No, because then he'll bounce off the side. Yeah, the
It's all
crooked
the,
angle there.
it's all the angles. There we go.
There we go.
There you go.
Motherfucker.
Stuck to my face.
It's literally stuck on his nose, it looks like, because his arms are hanging by his
How is he
side.
holding this fucking shit? Here, put it in there. Dumb.
Teeth of steel.
Put it in there. Gotta do all the work.
Yes, you do.
Coach is gonna work on his concussion.
Come here, baby.
Sounds like him complaining during sex. Why do I have to do all the work?
That's a valid complaint. The girl
I've
just
jerked
mean,
off for
she's
14
yeah,
hours.
but-
I don't have to do all the work.
I mean, you're gonna get drugged home after you pass out by a coyote ugly, and then you're gonna be complaining the entire time about having to do all the work.
I'm over there half throwing up, dick's all soft as shit. Why do I have to do all the work? Give me a cheeseburger. I'm gonna hassle off that bad boy.
He like I was watching that fucking show Schitt's Creek yesterday. I love the fucking show. But there's a character on there, he had a dental appointment or some shit like that. Wisdom teeth removed, and he was like super high. And he kept on, like saying over and over, "I'm a hungry, hungry hippo." I could just picture basement drunk as fuck in a corner somewhere, just saying, "I'm a hungry, hungry hippo."
Before the Mexican police pick me up and take me to fuck me in my ass prison.
No, they don't take you to prison. Remember, they take you to the ATM.
Just take me to prison this time. I yearn for a good plugging. Hold on.
Oh man, Ray, you got a big midterm tomorrow? Good luck, man. I could use some fried chicken and watermelon too, I'm not gonna lie.
Man, I'm so hungry right now. So, Ray Rollins is fucking bringer of hunger.
Yeah.
Spiders have been off of my dick.
Yes, master.
That's what she said.
Killing me, man. This guy is always waiting for his mushroom tip to get sucked into my hole.
I'm just so needy.
Hey! No, I'm gonna shoot you right into
Have you
this
seen
wall.
the photo of Toad? where they took the mushroom top off and it's like eyes?
Yes.
And we think his eyes are underneath the mushroom. It's really like nose, it's like nostrils. It's fucking creepy as hell.
But that is his head, right? I think we discussed this before. It is his
No,
head.
but like the picture that I'm talking about like implies that that under his mushroom head is his actual eyes. That his black, what we think are his black eyes are actually his nostrils.
God.
I
I
just
don't know fucking Toadstool Kingdom or anything like that.
I love how you just like use fucking Toad to throw him at a brick wall.
He knows
That's what
he
you're supposed
is.
to do.
He's a fucking...
You're supposed to stop Luigi.
No, Luigi, he's gonna keep going. This is the
Oh,
plan.
stop, Luigi.
I'm gonna go in here, and then I'm gonna wait right here. On the tip. Take me there. I wanna go there. Take me to the... Okay, stop, Luigi. You can stop now. Die, Luigi.
Man,
Luigi.
all these guys got me just wanting fucking fried chicken and watermelon. What the fuck, man?
Yeah,
My two favorite
one of
things.
the worst days I found out I was allergic to melons, eating them.
Shut up! You can't eat watermelon?
Can't eat pussy, can't suck on tits.
You heard the joke?
Why wouldn't you be able to fucking? Why wouldn't you be able to eat the first one? Because it's not a fucking melon.
The fish.
I'm not gonna ask questions anymore. Oh yeah, you're allergic to fish. I forgot about that.
The only thing I'm not allergic to is big fat sausages.
Did you ever hear the joke about? Did you ever hear the joke about the bartender who served apples?
No.
Continue.
Does that involve a midget?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Okay. So, this guy walks up to a bar, and he goes to the bartender, "Give me a gin and tonic." And the guy next to him's eating an apple. He's like, "Dude, trust me, this guy knows exactly what he's doing." He's like, "All right." So the bartender hands the guy an apple. He goes, "What the fuck is this?" I ordered a gin and tonic. He goes, "Just bite the damn thing." He bites. He goes, "Oh my god, it tastes like gin." He goes, "Turn it around." So he goes, "Oh my god, it tastes like tonic." He's like, and the other guy's like, "Right? Like it tastes amazing." And this other guy walks up and he goes, "Hey, what do you want to drink?" He goes, I don't know. And the two guys are like, "Dude, trust me. This guy has a drink that has an apple that tastes like anything you want." He goes, "Anything, huh?" He goes, "You have an apple that tastes like pussy?" He goes, the bartender's like, "Do I have an apple that tastes like pussy?" So he hands him an apple. He goes, "There you go, enjoy." The guy bites the apple. Goes, he spits it out. Goes, "Oh my god, that tastes like shit." The bartender's like, "Turn it over."
Okay.
That's fucking stupid as fuck, but yet funny.
Climb on my back, my child. Had some Popeyes today, man. I don't know. Me and Popeyes, we've taken it. Like I still want to have sex with Popeyes woman. I always will. She just looks just caring.
I mean, she's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, she looks like.
I feel like she's into something weird.
I hope so.
I hope so.
It involves chicken
I
grease.
can say.
I think Popeyes has really not that their chicken's horrible, but I think their sides are fucking amazing.
Their sides are where that's where everything is, and
Yeah.
their the fried chicken is good, but their chicken tenders
Yeah,
are
chicken
way
tenders
fucking
where it's
better.
at.
Oh my god,
You like their
chicken
sweet
tenders
tea.
are
Their
so
sweet tea's the shit.
I don't like
yeah,
bone.
it's really good.
Actually, I do like bone.
The KFC pissed me off because they got rid of the potato wedges.
Yes.
Bullshit.
But they still have their coleslaw, so.
Yeah, but the potato wedges were the fucking best side they had.
Basement, how you says the black Popeyes lady? No.
Yes, yes. Yes,
Basement's
why
been
would you
obsessed
love
with
that
her.
chicken from Popeyes?
Basement-
You hear that the
Basement
morning
comes up
after? She comes in with
Basement-
fucking biscuits and a big old titties flopping out.
Dude,
why that would be the
Popeyes
case.
biscuits are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my
wait,
god,
what?
they're so fucking good. They're biscuits.
Okay, I thought you said they were horrible. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh, I said they're phenomenal.
Got a friendly face. And even friendly.
Although I am also a
menu.
sucker for Chick-fil-A.
We only have like one.
I've never
here.
had Chick-fil-A.
Oh my god, Chick-fil-A is so fucking good. Their
Yeah,
chicken
it
nuggets are just to die for. They're fucking
I've
to
never-
die for.
I've never had such good chicken from like a fast food chain like Chick-fil-A. Like nothing beats it. Which I was shocked at. Like everything is just the bomb there.
You know what the best part about it is? It's like take their chicken nuggets for example. Their chicken nuggets basically what they do is they take like white meat, like a chicken breast, and they fucking cut their chicken nuggets, like they rip little pieces of the white meat apart and then they coat that and they fry it up individually. So like every single chicken nugget is white meat, which is like what I personally prefer. I know some people that prefer like legs or whatever, dark meat. I'm personally like I like chicken breast.
Earlier in the conversation.
Shut up.
What are you doing, stepbro?
But also, like, come on. Would you rather eat KFC, which is like this old, crusty old fuck bag, or Popeyes, which at least is nice on the eyes, nice on the dinner menu,
I'll
probably
take
nice in
Popeyes.
Or
person.
Chick-fil-A,
I
who's like
feel
a
like-
Christian man who
That's the worst.
won't let him work on Sundays.
Well, working on Sundays.
Chick-fil-A is
is
fucking
good.
amazing though. You cannot knock it until you
No.
fucking tried it. It is the
Yeah,
best.
you have to
that
try
I've ever
Chick-fil-A.
had.
Like, as much as I may not have their breakfast.
No, you're fucking my child.
Wow. What are you doing, Gecko?
Apparently we're making fucking Heist really hungry because he said Ray always comes in with the food talk and fucks my whole life up, and now he says I want Popeyes.
Drop your fucking mushroom tip, son of a bitch.
What are you doing, Steph?
Ghost?
I wish you would stop moving.
I actually
The
just
problem is he's afraid of the ghost, so he's gonna run and hide anywhere he can,
doing
and
the
typically
fucking
that ends
Irish
up in your
jig.
way.
Maybe the ghosts are afraid of him because of his dirty mind and dirtier tactics.
He's doing the fucking Irish jig for some reason.
I'm gonna slam my fucking ghost all over his face. Come here, bitch. Where's the ghost? Gangbang. I'll slurp this guy real fast. Slurp him down.
Eh.
Yeah, Ray is.
Unfortunately, guys, I'm gonna hop off a bit early because I have to be up early, but it was fun as always.
Yeah, well, yeah, always fun to have you. I saw that you did another fucking Mario stream.
Yep, so I'm
Mondays.
doing Super Mario Monday. So on Mondays on my YouTube channel, it'll be an episode of me playing Odyssey, and then on Twitch, I'm playing Super Mario 64.
How are you liking that shit? I heard there's some, like, control problems, especially with
Well,
64.
I'm not used to doing like the Pro controller on the Switch, so it's a little weird. Yeah, it's a little different, but I'm getting used to it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Except fucking ice levels can suck my nads.
I'll be there one day, and I'll share in your hate. But thanks for coming on. We're gonna do something for JP's birthday on Sunday, so if you have the time, join us then.
But yeah,
And for that whole like horror villain thing, you can come on with that if you're interested. That I don't know what day of the week we're gonna do that. It might end up taking over for Wednesday, or we might throw it on a Saturday.
keep me posted.
We'll do. Boo.
That y'all.
All right, good night.
Connor.
Yeah, we'll probably hang out for a little bit longer. I'm not gonna get too much further into this game, but I see the chat's pretty good right now. We got Heist in there, Ray. We got Big Slow. We got Alpha. Gina's hanging in the chat. Trek always keeping it sexy. Yes, keep it. I increased my suction power.
So you can suck harder.
Yeah, you're gonna need it.
Well, that's
That's what she said.
the first time I heard that.
Oh, good lord.
The super suction. Look at fucking Toad staring into my eyes. Get the fuck away from me, Toad. You creep.
I think Toad's obsessed.
Toad is obsessed.
My
Oh, happy
dad
with
stops over yesterday, right? You gotta tell you guys this fucking story. It's way out of what we were talking about. But anyway, my dad stops over yesterday, and for some odd reason, he starts talking about smoking weed with my 17-year-old son.
Interesting conversation.
Yeah, and it was out of fucking nowhere. Just out of nowhere, he's like starts talking about how he has a bong in the basement and he hasn't smoked for just like how many years, but he's gonna pass the bong down as like a family heirloom. My kid does, but Austin doesn't even fucking smoke weed, right? So Austin's in here, he's like, "What the fuck?" You know, and my dad's like going on, and so then it ended up getting into like my dad and I telling stories about like our fucking weed smoking days or whatever. And Austin's in there looking at us like, "What the fuck is happening?"
It's weird for him to like broach that conversation without even fucking talking to anybody first. It's like, yeah,
Legit, it came out of nowhere. And then he tells Austin, he's like, "I got a bong downstairs. I'm gonna break that bong out. We're gonna smoke weed one day." And I'm like, "What the? My kid is 17."
Never
you
too
don't
early
realize
to start. I think I started smoking weed at 12 years old. Fuck.
Oh my god.
I mean, bones, but yeah, it's-
wouldn't.
I don't know.
Joking with him, but I mean, still, it was fucking funny because it just came out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, he definitely smoked weed before.
I got heist, man. I got heist fucking ears to perk up with the weed talk. Oh, he came home high as fuck one night when he was 14 years old, and like, God, did I flip out on him only because of who he was. Because like the kid that he was with is like fucking major trouble.
He's that boy.
He hasn't done it since. He's always home.
No, not your son, the kid.
Yeah, that kid's been to fucking rehab 3 times, and he actually went to like that like juvenile
He went to
fucking stuff.
rehab 3 times at 17 years old.
His first stint in rehab was when he was 12.
What in
Okay.
the fucking Christ is that? What is he addicted to? Fucking Myers
Everything.
glue?
Everything. Literally, this kid has done everything from fucking pills to fucking just smoking weed, which is
What kind of
nothing.
pills a 12-year-old
fucking
getting? For
that.
fuck's sakes, man. I'm high on fucking
He was-
Fred Flintstone vitamins.
No bullshit. This kid literally just turned 18 years old, and he has been in rehab 3 times, and he's been in juvie. Right. They told him the last time they told him that if he gets in trouble again, he's going to fucking prison. At
Trash as an
18.
adult? No, he's in.
Yeah.
I mean, at 12 years old, I did smoke weed, but it was like purely because of my sister.
But weed's a completely different story to me. Like weed, for me, weed is not in that category with any of the other ones, because if you get pure weed, it doesn't have all those fucking additives and shit like that make you addicted to it, you know. Whereas if you're on fucking meth, you got all those chemicals and shit that you're gonna get addicted to.
I don't think it was ever like what was added to weed that got me addicted to smoking weed. It was just, fuck, man. Every now and then it's like, we don't want to be bored.
Right, but that was your choice.
That makes sense for anybody else.
Yeah, that was your choice, because like I mean, I've smoked weed off and on. I haven't for a long time, but I used to smoke weed off and on all the time. And it was nothing for me to smoke and then go fucking 3, 4, 5 years without smoking again. There's nothing that makes it addictive. It's from the whole person that's doing it, whether you want to do it or not. It's not like cigarettes where it's like, I need it, you know? Should have just started smoking weed instead of fucking cigarettes.
What in the fuck is happening?
The super sucker.
This happened to me. I ejaculated 17 times before it started.
Yeah, it is relaxing, Ray. Like, and I think that's why my dad brought it up, because like Austin goes through, you guys know what Austin goes through, anxiety and shit like that. So like, it's just something to calm them down.
The thing is, I found the opposite. Like, well, not
Flunked
anxiety, but after
drugs,
a while,
like it says, I flunked drug school. I never graduated to anything else.
I'm a what? Square?
Yeah.
I'm a square, yeah.
Yeah, I never really got into anything like too dangerous with drugs. I feel like one time I tried pills, but they were just like the fucking shit you get when you go to the dentist, and it's like they're gonna give you a root canal, and I fucking hated them because I'm like, I feel like weird as shit and just disgusting. And
From what I've seen with friends of mine that were fucking addicted to pills, you're fucking zombie all the time. It's like, how can you stand being like that?
It depends on like what pills you're taking, whether you're taking ups or downs, you know, because like I never got into pills or anything like that, but my friends did. And there was some pills that they took that they were like up for fucking days, dude, like 3, 4 days at a time.
I was never a fan of, like, I never wanted to do anything that was like, or I had the inclination to do anything that had like a really bad reputation attached to it. So like the furthest I'd ever gone was those fucking, they're pretty low grade pills anyway, because it wasn't just, you just felt like garbage. And other than that, shrooms and weed. I never really did anything past that point.
Well, weed's the only thing I've ever done. Like, I've never been addicted to pills. I've never fucking, like, unless a doctor prescribed them to me. Like, the only time I've ever taken pain medication was right after my neck surgery, and I stopped taking it 4 days after I had the neck surgery. So, I'm not one for pills, just because I know how addictive they are.
Yeah, I mean, I also feel like for a lot of the pills, like Volley he was saying, even for shrooms, it's highly situational. Like, I would never get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm bored at night, maybe I'll just take some shrooms and sit here, or try to converse with anybody. No, it's more like if the experience demands it, then yeah, but the experience, like, never really demanded it. The only time I did it was, for an experience, for an experience in a place that I wasn't before, and it was great. I'm not gonna lie, like, it was one of the best fucking highs you'll have, at least I had. But it wasn't like, you could still function. Not very well. But you want to be like safe.
I thought about like doing shrooms one time, because like my friend had shrooms. But then they warned me ahead of time. They're like, I'm just warning you, there is a chance that you could go on a bad trip.
Oh, absolutely.
That is possible. A friend of mine.
I'm like,
anything that is classified as a hallucinogen, you can 100% have a bad trip, or you can 100% have a good trip.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's such a minor hallucinogen where like you don't see things that aren't there. You just see things that are there. There's a lot more movement to everything you're looking at.
Yes.
So like grass looks like it's moving, even if there's no wind. Everything like visually gets a bit more interesting, where you can stare at like a painting and fucking like it moves around theoretically, kind of, but like you're not gonna see fucking people that aren't there and shit like that.
Right. But here's the thing. When this happened, I was out at a fucking party in the middle of like nowhere.
Yeah, you don't want to do it in a place where you don't feel comfortable.
The first time you do it, you want to be on your own couch.
I would also say for any time that I would do it, I want to feel, at least with people that I know, that I can trust in a place that I feel comfortable. Yeah. And every time I did that.
I was with my friends that like they would have taken care of me. Like I know for a fact they would have taken care of me. They were
all doing it as well. So wow.
But the problem was I was at like we were literally partying in the middle of like a fucking big grass field out in the middle of the country, and there was like all these dark shadows everywhere because we had this big bonfire going. So I'm like, if I have a fucking bad trip, this is gonna be like. I looked at my friend and I go, "Are you telling me that I could be like fucking stuck in a nightmare for God knows how long?" And he's like, "Yeah, pretty much." And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck that shit. I am not."
And I've had bad trips with weed though too. So I mean, I wouldn't say it's 100% just hallucinogens.
Oh, I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying it's more likely with them.
It is, and the problem is, the one thing I will say with shrooms, I did them once here in Canada, and they weren't. It was like a tea, and you got like a little bit of something. When I did them in Amsterdam, they were fucking wild.
Yeah.
Super intense,
I
and we
heard
only
that
did like the
story.
entry level shit, so I didn't want to know what the most intense fucking thing was. But the thing is, you are like high for, I'm gonna say, about 2 hours, maybe 2.5, and then you just gradually come back, and then you're 100% normal. There's no like after effect or anything.
No
like
hangover.
That. No hangover. No problem with it. The only thing is they taste like fucking shit.
I would imagine.
The
No, I
worst
hate
tasting
regular
things
mushrooms.
I've ever had in my life.
Okay, every single time I think about shrooms, have you guys seen the movie Soul Plane?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I fucking think of when I think of shrooms. I think of fucking Snoop Dogg.
I never tried acid.
No, I
Oh my
haven't.
God.
JP was
No.
JP was slipped acid without his knowledge.
I was slipped a roofie without my knowledge. Does that count? I get drunk by a bartender.
In general, I don't want to get like I don't want to get like I don't want to get fucked up when I'm not at home.
Right.
To the point where I can't like operate or anything like that. I don't want to get that drunk usually anyway. I can like get close to it. But and sometimes I've gotten there, but like it's not my aim. But I also say like out and about because I can't like, though I know I'm with friends and stuff like that. I don't like the idea of like just completely being like mentally helpless.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I don't know why, but for some odd reason, and honest to God's truth, you can ask anybody that knows me personally about this. I can be drunk off of my fucking ass, but if something happens, I am like straight up fucking stone cold sober. And it was proven one night when the fucking cops came, and they like somebody called the cops because they heard that I was like gonna leave, or I was gonna leave my friend's house or whatever. So they called the cops on me. I felt fucking completely sober, and they made me take a breathalyzer test. Now, mind you, I was like completely fucking wasted, out of my gorge, like 2-3 hours before this. And when they made me take breathalyzer. I had to take it 3 fucking times because they thought that it was broken because I was blowing a 0.00. There was no alcohol in my system. Explain that shit to me.
Yeah, like I mean,
It's your adrenaline that sobers you up.
It is. I've been in places where I've been like super drunk, and like something happened, and I had to sober up. I mean, mainly the cops were called on me, but I did sober up real quick. That kind of stuff does happen, but I still don't want to put myself in a situation to be like that. That's why, like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
especially now that I'm like a bit
that
older,
anymore.
I'm not like a fucking teenager. I'm not willing to go and get fucking shit faced and stumble all over the fucking place.
Well, I mean, when I used to go out with my friends and stuff, like, I would get completely fucking wasted drunk. Not like stumbling drunk, but like to the point where I probably should have been taken home and put to bed by myself, but mind you. But I don't do that shit anymore. It's just, I don't know. I don't find going out to the club or whatever to be, I mean, I'm 37 fucking years old. I don't find that.
Exactly. It's not worth it.
That's not my thing anymore. I would rather just like be with a group of friends, or if I do go out, like, because I love dancing, shit. So if I do go out, I'll have maybe 1 or 2, and then it's done.
I'm not a big guy. I never liked the clubs anyway. I mean, it was like a fad for a lot of people, and it's a way to meet people. And stuff. Now, some people really like it and enjoy it, so I'm not gonna knock them. But it was never really my cup of tea.
See, I just like them because, like, I really do. I love to dance, and I just like to have a good time with my friends. It's not even necessarily about getting drunk. It's like having 1 or 2 drinks, and then just enough to be able to loosen up and get out on the dance floor and have a good time. Take you dancing. We're gonna do it.
No, that's what every girl says. I just go to the
I'll
clubs
kidnap
because I
him.
love to dance. It's the same. I've literally heard it from every girl I've ever met in my life.
I'll be
There's a
honest,
girl out
I
there
actually,
that- I mean, if they're going to a club or want to go to a club, that's always the reason. And I mean, it can be, and it probably is, but you know.
Heather, what were you saying?
honestly, I've always hated going to clubs because it's just so noisy and I get headaches easily. And
Yeah.
A lot of people go to
I am
clubs to
actually,
meet someone too, and then, like, in my honest opinion, I mean, the only people that I see hooking up are like these fucking super decked out fucking weirdos and shit like that. And it's like, I mean, okay, well, I mean, cool. You never have a chance to talk to anybody. They can't hear you. Fucking,
you guys-
I mean, I have to be able to talk, or else I don't have any fucking selling point.
But you guys, but that's the thing. You guys also have to realize that when I say the club, it's a completely different fucking scenario than you guys. I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. Okay, Heather knows where I live.
I mean, some clubs have been
It's
super fun. I'm not
nowhere.
gonna lie, because
So, like, for me,
there's an experience there. But like the generic club
I've never been to an actual club.
because sometimes even just going to like a bar or something like that, it's still too loud. I would prefer to just be at home. But I've also never really.
I don't mind, like, if I'm okay with the experience I'm going for, then I don't mind it. I mean, I've been to loud clubs, but like the club has put effort into why people will like it while I'm there. Like, I mean, there's been clubs I've been to that have like different, like, there was one that had like, it was in a bunker and had a bunch of different fucking like rooms you could go to. No matter what music you liked, you'd find a room that had like that playing.
See,
So it's kinda cool.
I have never been to anything like that. Like, the club, when I say the club, I'm referring to either the local bar that has a DJ that night or the casino that has a live band.
Don't flash me the camera into the hook and stuff.
I'm sorry?
I was telling Basement not to flash him until the hook was stuck.
Holy fuck. Okay, we've got some stuff in the chat here. Heist says he quit going to the club as much once he got stabbed. That's fucked.
Yeah, what?
He got stabbed.
Oh god, yeah, that would stop me from going to the club too.
Yeah, that's fucked. Okay, and Ray wants to know what you guys' favorite beer and liquor is.
You know what?
My favorite beer is not your father's root beer.
I'm not like a huge, like, when you get to a certain point, you just kind of like appreciate what's being put in your mouth. It's true for alcoholics as much as it's true for hookers. But no, I do have, okay, so if I had to choose for beer, I'd probably go with Canadian. I mean, it's a stronger beer, 5% in the grand scheme, it's not too strong. But it doesn't feel like, there's certain beers, it's like 3.5 or 4%, the amount of fucking liquid I'm ingesting it's fucking garbage. It's too much. You get like full and you feel like shit. You gotta take a piss, and as soon as
That's
you do,
why
it's
I
like,
like not
you
your
gotta
father.
eat more.
See, like, I'm not a hardcore drinker. Even when I used to like go out drinking all the time, I drink, like, I would go out to the bar and I would drink the fruity drinks. You know why? Because I'm smart. Because I never really had to
the
pay for
fruity drinks
alcohol
are really
going out.
bad. For me.
No. I never had to pay for drinks. So like,
Sounds
I
like a
would
lot
drink-
like privilege.
Shut up. I can't help it that I knew people. But anyways,
Oh, sure.
I would drink something called a strawberry stripper. And it was like the most girly fucking shit that you could drink. But I drank those because they were weak. And I could drink more.
$70.
But no, like as far as like liquor, I'm more of like a plain Jane. I like Michelob Golden Draft. And
It's not
I
liquor,
love,
it's still a malt beer.
whatever. And I love fucking Mike's Hard Lemonade.
As far as liquor goes, I mean, I used to be a big fan of rum. Not anymore. And whiskey, but whiskey, I like whiskey the most probably for their taste, even though no matter what people say, all liquor, if you're drinking it straight, ain't great. It's all garbage.
My mom.
I like vodka
Oh my
now
God.
more than anything else.
Oh god, I hate vodka.
I used to hate it, but the thing is, it's the easiest thing to mix with anything. Where everything is gonna taste like what you're drinking. The last thing I want something to taste like is like super sweet, because I know the next day the hangover is gonna fucking obliterate me.
And I'm the opposite because like my mom will drink rum and cokes, which she doesn't drink anymore. But when we used to go out, she used to go to the same bar as I did. Rum and cokes all fucking night long. Like she was just straight up fucking, hard alcohol. I can't drink that shit. It destroys me.
I prefer to have mixed drinks than. Okay, I like this. What am I supposed to do here? Luigi, go to your death. No, you stupid bastard. No, it's over for me now. Maybe I had to get it now.
If I go out, like usually I start. Okay, I have a formula. Okay, I start out with a couple of Michelobs, and then I switch to the strawberry strippers. Drink like a couple of those, and then by that time I'm getting juiced up enough to where somebody comes along with shots, and I end up doing like Jaeger bomb, and then there's always those little fucking cherry bombs. I do like 50 million of those. Last time I went out, I ended up doing like fucking 7 shots of tequila. It was bad.
Tequila is one of those things that I've done multiple times, and it's like you don't know you're there until you're too far gone.
Like the last time that I went out, okay, like I said, I started out with 2 fucking Michelobs, right? And then after that, I think I had like 1 strawberry stripper, and then all of a sudden, then here comes the fucking shots, right? They hit me with 2 Jaeger bomb shots, and then it was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 fucking cherry bombs, and then 7 fucking shots of tequila. I did not realize how drunk I was until that last shot of tequila, and it was like, poof, there it was. Like everything's fucking. Did you die?
I didn't die, but I got eaten alive. I got eaten out.
Nice.
Yeah, bitch. You're in my realm now. Oh, he's got asthma.
Boy cups.
Yeah, but you also have to think like with shots and stuff. I mean, okay, well, fucking eat me alive.
I made mistakes that night, and then it sobered me up enough to where I, like 4 hours later, I jumped home sober. So don't yell at me. I know I was sober because the fucking guard at the casino checked me.
Did a blood alcohol sample.
Well, he was standing there talking to me. He was a friend of mine, and he was standing there talking to me. And he's like, "Were you drinking earlier, Gina?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I don't know, like 3 or 4 hours ago." And because I was waiting for my coat, so I'm sitting there talking to Chris, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Well, how much did you drink?" And I was like, and he just pulled out the fucking breathalyzer. Oh god.
Half the bar.
No, I that night, like I just said how much I drank. And like 3, maybe 3.5 hours later, I blew 0.00.
I do feel like with drinking, there's like a perfect balance of an air. If you're drinking to, to feel tipsy or drunk, there is like that point where if you can keep it there, it's good. But then, you never know. You pass over, and then you end up in slur speech land.
Yeah.
Which is not too bad of a land to be. It's bad when you start getting rambunctious and attack people, say terrible things.
Well, like I said, like if something like fucking happens to snap me out of my drunkenness, then I'm pretty fucking quick to come out of it. But
I think that's like the one good thing with most people. I mean, I think there's a certain level of sober or a certain level of drunk you can get out of. That being said, there is a point where if you can't stay like conscious, it's bad news bears. But I was never somebody that really blacked out from drinking. Very rare, very rare.
No, I mean I would like pass out, but it was more because I was like super tired because it would be like 5, 6 a.m. At like a fucking party at my friend's house. I'd pass out with my beer in my hand, and then they'd come along and try to take my beer bottle out of my hand, and I would like wake up and fucking yell at them and grab my beer bottle.
But I was never one to really throw up from drinking either. Except for like in my extreme youth, I never really did that.
I puked 2 times, or I'm sorry, 3 times in my entire life from drinking, and the first one was actually off of fucking screwdrivers. That's why I hate vodka.
The first time I ever puked was off of the Kraken.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that's a dangerous beast. That thing is not
Well,
something.
It's
you
a
should
super rich, super smooth, dark
It's
rum
a
that
super
sneaks up
powerful-
on you.
It's a super powerful rum. That's why I think it's like 50% alcohol.
Something like
Instead of
that,
the
yeah.
Regular 40,
Oh
so
my
it
God.
can.
oh
to
my
you.
god.
I
I
It
just
could ruin
remember,
your night real quick.
I just remember the night that I was drinking those screwdrivers. I was like 16, and my friend was mixing them, and it started off with like not even a quarter of the glass was vodka, and the rest was all orange juice. By the end of the night, 3/4 of the fucking glass was vodka, and the rest was orange juice. I'm
It's
like,
almost
what
how-
are you trying
it's
to do
almost
to
how
me?
it goes with some
Sounds
of
like
the
my old
drinks.
neighbor when I was a kid. She used to mix up banana daiquiris for my dad's birthday, and she would put a can and a half of the daiquiri mix.
Mhm.
You know, the frozen daiquiri mix that they sold in the grocery stores like back in the 90s.
Mhm.
She would fill 1 can with rum and then fill it up again halfway with rum.
Oh my god.
I got a quick question because I know Gorilla
Yeah.
came in here. I know he's having some trouble getting some fucking shit cleared financially. How you doing, man? How you doing? I saw you on Twitter, enraged by it all. So I'm hoping things are going a bit better for you, man. We'll see if he responds in the chat, but I just wanted to bring that up because I know he has brought it up on Twitter. I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
this motherfucker right in.
Hopefully everything's going good for you, man. Or better, I should say. Yeah. They call them root beer barrels, where it's like root beer schnapps and you drop it into like a cup with a glass of fucking beer.
I've had stuff similar to that.
Okay, that's the second thing that made me puke. Like instantly, as soon as I drank it, it was like instantly ran into the bathroom and puked it up.
Yeah, the thing is, like, a lot of those, like, those drinks that involve a bunch of other drinks all smashed together, they're always, like,
Oh.
too much to take in your fucking body at one time.
Like a Long Island iced tea.
I've never had one of them because I heard that they're like really potent.
Yeah, because there's 7 different types of alcohol in it.
Oh,
There's,
Jesus Christ.
Like,
Thank God I was smart enough to never have one of them.
I swear there's something over there, but do I care enough about it? No.
The last
is
time
answer.
that I fucking
It's
puked,
just a gem.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
the last time that I puked from alcohol was when I was on the fucking call with you guys that night. Remember?
Yeah, but
I
I
was
think that's
drinking
because
that
you were
fucking
drinking some
leftover
rotten
watermelon.
shit. Like,
I was
you're
drinking
like,
that leftover
6
fucking
months
watermelon.
old watermelon drink.
It was like almost a fucking year old. Oh God.
Yeah, never do that
That
again.
was not good. Yeah. It was not good. You know what? I cleaned up my fucking refrigerator, and this was like maybe a month ago. I cleaned out my refrigerator, and I actually found one of those fuckers in the way back of my fridge, and I'm like it was in the way back. I'm like, fuck you, immediately in the garbage. Like, alcohol abuse or not, I don't give a fuck. I am not going down that road again.
And I can guarantee you it's because of COVID-19, Gorilla. Like, they're swamped with fucking people looking for assistance, and it's all fucked. Everything's fucked. Everything's fucked.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends that are dealing with shit with the unemployment office too. There's never anybody fucking live to talk to on that shit.
Yeah, their scheduling is so fucked because of having to social distance and all of that. It's ridiculous.
Well, even before the whole before the whole COVID thing, like I remember, I don't know, it was like, it had to have been like 15 years ago already. But I had to go on unemployment because I got laid off at the job that I was at that time, and it was like impossible to talk to anybody live.
I remember I was on unemployment for a while, and it was impossible to get in touch when you needed it. I had they basically assign, but here at least they assign you somebody that deals with it directly. That person never fucking answered their phone. I had 3 different people. And in the end, it was like, and I know it's not an option for everybody, but like, it's almost, they try to make it so it's almost not worth it to be on unemployment, even if you're not like your situation is out of your control completely. Unemployment's a bitch, but that's the same thing for any benefit program that exists for like disability or anything like that. It's like, holy fucking shit, we know you're not having troubles in life. Why don't you jump through 18,000 hoops and do a fucking curtsy afterwards before we're even willing to give you like a fucking penny? It was just a constant
that's
shit,
exactly.
man. It's fucking garbage.
And that's exactly what I went through when I first moved out here and got pregnant with Wendy.
I get it though. I get why they do it, because there's so many people that try to abuse it.
Take advantage of it, right?
But it sucks because the people, when you need it and you're not trying to take advantage, it makes your situation so much worse. I don't know what that fucking guy just said. I've listened to 0% of what he's told me. Fucking egad.
It's basically catching up on everything you found and everybody you found and who you still need to find.
I gotta pee really bad.
I do too, but I'll wait.
Alright, I will be right back.
Go urinate. Talks for the next stimulus check or debt. No, but wait, I actually heard different. For that next stimulus package, I heard Trump put a stop to it, but he also put out a tweet last night saying that if they can deliver a paper to him for $1,200,
he's willing to sign. It's just he's willing to sign. It's just Pelosi, Schumer, and Nadler need to stop trying to put unnecessary items in this stimulus package.
Yeah, well, it's all about that unemployment, because Pelosi wants unemployment to stay at $600 a week, and everybody else is saying that, that's, unless they make $600 a week at their regular job, that's too much. So Trump did put out a tweet saying, I'm willing to sign checks, like a paper to get out checks to the American people right now if you guys give me the paper. But it would only be like the checks right now.
Yeah. This whole childish problem between both sides. I'm going to say that again. Both. BOTH. Both sides needs to stop.
It's like watching fucking preschoolers argue over a toy. And the American people are their toy. It's fucking sickening, because meanwhile there's people out here that are fucking hurting. Even if they went back to work, like a lot of places are having to re-shut down again. Like Basement was just telling me yesterday that fucking where he is in Canada, they had to shut down again because it's fucking spiking COVID again, I
was actually going to ask Ray, because he was talking about Popeyes being a 24-hour restaurant. I'll tell you right now, we have no 24-hour restaurants. No 24-hour fast food. Everything closes. I think it closes at like 11 or 10 and opens again at 5. So I can't imagine the people that are like truck.
Go figure, man. Welcome back, Basement.
What the fuck?
Hey, we start talking about the government and all of a sudden the fucking stream goes down. I don't even know if the stream went down. I think it's still out.
It came back.
Is it back? Because it says an error grid. Please try again. Is it actually streaming or?
It's still. I'm looking at you staring at the monitor inside the elevator.
Okay. I think okay. So it is back. Okay. Well, fuck me in the butthole. Yeah, my internet just fucking went out. This happens every fucking
the government
time.
And Basement goes down.
It's all a conspiracy theory. No, but like I'm telling you right now, every fucking morning almost. Either I lose internet or I get like terrible connections at certain points in time. I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure everyone has.
Are they doing like updates on your modem?
I have to go to bed. No, they're just being assholes.
Oh, okay.
Not Gorilla. I see that, Heather. But I mean, we're almost done anyway. We're close to ending here.
Yeah.
I'll continue for 10 more minutes max, and then we'll. I don't want to get too far into this. I guess we can just discuss for now. I don't want to continue the game. I think I'm close enough.
Yeah,
I get another stream out of it, and that's it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll be back because I really have to pee.
Yeah, you go. we'll just hang out for now, talk to the chat a little bit. But guys, if you guys, I mean, it's fucking Halloween. It's the month of October. We're gonna be doing a tournament for the best, I guess, horror villain. It's a huge wide range right now. We have 62, 63 selections. We're going to limit that down to 32 and do an NCAA type tournament where it's going to involve not just us here on the show, but anybody that's in the chat. We're going to have a voting system, and we're going to kind of choose collectively who the best horror villain is. And that might be just like in how much kill count they have and what their abilities are. It could also be the movies and how good the movies were, or to some of the fucking ridiculous spin-offs that we've seen of like Jason in Space and Leprechaun in the Hood and shit like that. It might actually benefit them, it might not, but it'll be a fun conversation, and we're probably going to do that next week. Outside of that, we will be doing JP's birthday on Sunday, and JP will be back what's today, Wednesday? Who's tomorrow?
He'll be back on Friday.
Who's tomorrow?
I am.
Okay, so you're still playing fucking Uncharted Lost Legacy,
Uncharted,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I couldn't find anything that was worth the quality of the channel to play that's Halloween themed, so I'll stick with Uncharted.
Yeah, I went with Alan Wake. It's old, but it's decent, I guess. I'm hoping to get into that more, but with Heist saying, yeah, little white girls in scary movies creep me out. Little kids in fucking scary movies creep me out. They're like the worst because they're supposed to be innocent, and I think that's why it's creepy.
And the twins from The Shining creeped me out the most about that movie.
Yeah, they were fucking creepy. You know what? No, that fucking nasty ass bitch in room whatever it was creeped me out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the woman who was young and then turns out to be old and blistered. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking gross. I'm trying to think of, like, I mean, when it comes to like horror movies, I'm gonna say 70% of them, 80% of them are terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because it's a lot of B movie quality.
Because I think it's like the easier or cheaper movie to make. It has so many tropes around it, so that's why people do it. But I do find,
and with a lot of them, you don't really, especially if they go with a human antagonist, you don't need CGI.
Yeah, and I actually prefer, like, I don't know, I hope everybody's in the same boat, but to each their own. I prefer practical effects where it's something that can be done practically. When it has to be CGI, and when it's something that you can't physically make, or the cost of making it would be ridiculous, like blowing up a building and shit like that, then I'm okay with it being CGI. But the practical effects for like monster movies is a must.
Absolutely. I mean, I definitely prefer animatronic puppets to CGI.
I mean, sometimes they look a bit goofy. I'm not gonna lie. So it depends.
They
on, like,
do, but you know what? They fit the scenario.
It depends on the level of work. But I mean, if a movie can't afford practical effects, there's no fucking way it's gonna afford good CGI.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have the. I played Amnesia, and some of them. I probably wouldn't play it again because I kind of know how it goes. I heard about Wisconsin. I hope things is better. This shit is ridiculous. What's happening in Wisconsin?
We're getting massive spikes again.
Oh yeah. Well, that's exactly like us. Everything is back to shut down. Everything is fucking game over.
Oh, we're not shutting down. No, they're going to phase 3 opening just like Florida, pretty much.
We did it. We're like ahead of that. We already did that. We went to phase 3, and then we started getting a fucking huge amount of spikes. And now they're keeping it phase 3, but they're kind of like reining in what they're accepting. So it's both phases all at once.
Right.
You know what, though? I figured it out. Okay, the last time that we had an epidemic in America, or actually all over the world, I think it was called the Spanish flu or something like that in 1969. No, the swine flu, yes. But if you guys remember, I forgot about the swine flu. But if you guys remember, in 1969, the Spanish flu was going around all over the fucking world. What happened in 1969? They had Woodstock. The solution to this whole thing: we need rock bands, a whole bunch of drugs, and alcohol,
and a bunch of sex,
and a bunch of sex. That's the cure of all.
Well, I mean,
Everything.
fuck the plague away is what you're suggesting. Either that or
No,
just
but
not
I'm
kill a bunch of people because it's
You
going
do
to
so
anyway.
many drugs. You do so many drugs and fucking alcohol that you just don't realize that you're fucking sick.
I will say that I feel very strongly that COVID-19 is a real thing and it is a
Oh yeah.
pandemic, but I also feel very strongly that it is a political, very politicized thing.
Politicized,
Here's the
yes, it
thing.
is.
Yeah, it is 100. I agree with you. 100%. It's real, but the politicians are using it to their favor.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't want to get into politics because it always goes into a never-ending.
It gets messy.
Yeah, but I do feel like it's a pandemic because it's called a pandemic. In the past, we've had things similar that have done terrible things, but the precautions were never there. In the end, I do feel like it's a good stepping stone to get those precautions in place for something that could be like super deadly. So that places know how to handle it, or there's been some sort of tests and statistics that they can base it on. But
Yeah.
There's been a lot more Woodstocks than just 2, Gina.
Whoa. Whatever. Woodstock 579. Okay.
That's probably about accurate.
when I think Woodstock, I think of that fucking horribly drawn bird.
Oh, see, when I think of
Yes.
Woodstock, like the first image that comes into my head is Jimi Hendrix.
But why?
Because
He was one of the first
I'd
people to
find
play there.
fucking Woodstock.
Yeah, but why isn't it the bird?
Because I don't even know what bird you're referring to.
You
like
know
I,
what
The
I'm
bird
talking
is the
about.
symbol. The bird is the symbol of Woodstock.
okay, but here's the thing. I focus on the music. We all know that. Basement doesn't focus on the
No, the
music because
Woodstock
this
is a
motherfucker listens
bird.
to podcasts on
Wasn't
his
it
way
Woodstock the
home
bird
from
that
work.
hung out with the fucking Charlie Brown shit?
I guess I
Snoopy,
never
yes.
Yeah,
I never paid
he was
attention
the
to
Red
the
Baron. Come
flag.
on. Well, it wasn't the Red Baron. Maybe it was. I think Snoopy was the Red Baron.
Yeah, I
Okay.
never paid
Snoopy
attention
was
to
the
that.
Red Baron.
See, the
I
bird
paid
is
more
bird. He
attention to
knows.
like the artists, like that would play.
It had nothing to do with Woodstock. What I was talking about is it's a cartoon. But
Oh,
yeah,
Woodstock. Okay.
yeah. See,
I know which bird you're talking about now. I'm slow right now. Okay, I'm fucking tired. Leave me alone. You tricked me, you son of a bitch.
did I though?
And I was just super slow. Gina's running a little behind. If they have heavy metal music involved, I'm in. Well, see, Aaron's in.
Yeah.
He
Right
knows
now,
that.
if you did a fucking concert, everybody would
We
be in a
don't
glass
die.
box. Jamming out in
And
the
not to
glass
mention
box.
Woodstock. Woodstock was all rock and roll music back then. It'd be all rock and roll music now.
Yeah,
and
the problem
thing
is
is,
now
like, rock
music
and roll has
is.
kind of died out a
I'm gonna
little
say
bit.
music in general is the and this is not just like I'm old crotchety fucking asshole or something like that. I just feel like music
shit.
is very like today's day and age. Yeah, you're gonna find you're always gonna find those musicians or artists that do something. They usually never get like the acclaim that they deserve. So you can find good music, but we've gone towards the same thing we've done with movies, in my opinion, where like the
Well,
most like addictive, poppy, fucking bullshit that you can have, or like
It all
whatever's
blends
mainstream.
together.
Yeah, so like I
there's-
mean, every genre used to be a genre. Now every genre is one. Sometimes it works wonderfully, but sometimes it just is terrible.
What is that fucking like one of the most popular songs right now? I don't even know. It's like Two Step or some shit like that. It's
I
called.
don't. No, honestly, I
We don't listen to modern radio
would
music.
probably
so.
rather Kurt
I
Cobain
radio
myself
stations
than listen to
usually
it.
on the oldies, but because like the oldies is like my age now.
Well, the problem
like,
is
they're
now
playing fucking Nirvana and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck?
a lot of new age music has gone the way of like YouTube, where you have this like one person that gets popular on social media, and literally what they are is just like it's basically for the most part 70% a computer and 30% their actual voice.
Yep,
Or
it's all
whatever.
auto-tune now.
It's all auto-tune, but it's also like I'm gonna sample this, this, and this, and this, and this. Sometimes it works out well. I've heard great songs that were sampled in the past that have been awesome, but you also have the the lyrics behind it. And now it's just like,
The music
yeah.
now, it's so the lyrics to it on a lot of these songs is so fucking repetitive. It's like, and there are
I'm
like
not gonna say
20
that.
different writers for the same song.
I'm not gonna say that the old music wasn't repetitive. It's just like what
It had a
is,
story to it.
well, even if it didn't, and a
Most
lot of
of
old
it
music
had a story
doesn't.
to it.
Now it's just like I feel like just people stumbling through shit, or everything is a dime a dozen. There's no real single talent that I'm gonna say, oh, stands out. And I'm sure like
Yeah,
old music was the same way. You had a bunch of shit artists nobody cared about, but the people that were in the limelight were ones that actually were coming with something a bit more, I guess, interesting. But it does depend on what you're looking for. I listen to music. I don't listen to that much music anymore. I used to listen to music depending on what I was doing. So,
But
if I wanted to go to the gym or something like that, I'd have a certain music type that I listened to while doing that.
Yeah.
It was all dependent on what I was doing.
But if you look at like music when we were all growing up, and even prior to that, every genre, like between fucking country, pop, fucking rock and roll, rap music, all of the songs had some sort of like a story to it. Like it wasn't just lyrics for the hell of it. It was the lyrics told a fucking story, no matter what genre it was. And now it's like none of the genres are. The only one that I actually like, and I mean, you guys may not agree with me here, but I really like NF. I really like him because his songs. He's a rap slash R&B singer, I guess you would say, but like, his songs actually have story. They have a fucking story to it. I really like him, but
Right now, right now, as far as new music goes, I like the Who. And no, it's not WHO, it's HU. They're a Mongolian band. And they're mixing heavy metal rock with thousands-year-old fucking throat vocals.
I think that's like when you get to experimental sounds, there's always going to be a marketplace for that, I think, and that's always good because it's new, it's different, and it very rarely gets mainstream. You will hear, and I bet you any money I've heard versions of probably multiple of their songs in some of the TV shows I've watched, because I'm pretty sure one of them was in The Boys and one of them was in the Vikings.
I'm going to tell you, they have a song in Jedi: The Fallen Order, but they are pretty mainstream because they had Lizzie Hale and the lead singer for Papa Roach do songs with them.
I would say that like that type of music I've heard, like the throat music being integrated with other types of genres, I've heard before. But it's like it's not in mainstream. Mainstream is so garbage, man. And you're right, it doesn't tell the story. I'm not saying all mainstream needs to, but nothing mainstream does.
Right, and mainstream country, nothing does.
Well, mainstream. I'm not a fan of country music. Never have been. I feel like
I like '90s country. Like
there has been a couple I can pinpoint out that are kind of a couple songs that are okay, but I'm not like a huge fan of country music artists because I feel like there have been a couple that have made a song or two, but I've never really gotten into like everything they've released. But that's
no, I'm talking about like fucking. First of all, I want to specify my allergies are acting up, so my nose is plugged up. I was saying NF, not MF.
But I will say, Chance, I'm not 100% agreeing with you on maybe it's so repetitive nowadays because everybody's afraid of offending somebody. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I just feel like people are okay offending people as long as they know they won't get in trouble being who they are, doing what they're doing. And I think, the worst for me, like the worst part of, even though you look at Eminem, the worst part of Eminem was him attacking somebody else when he told like stories that could have been implemented in other ways. It could have been, multiple people in the world could kind of adapt them. That's where he was at his best. I'm not saying that his like attacks of other people weren't intriguing at the time, and still to this point. It's just like if that's all you're based on, and if you're just having a fucking a rap war or just literally a rhyme war online, it's kind of
no. But Eminem, I had kind of lost faith in Eminem for a while there, but when he released Kamikaze, I fucking loved that album.
I just want to remember Eminem for what I remember him for when I was younger.
But that's
I'm not saying that his new stuff might not be bad. It's just that was an era of time where I appreciated his music specifically. I don't think I would anymore.
No, but you got to listen to his Kamikaze album, because Kamikaze is a lot more like the first couple of albums that he fucking did, where he had Stan and Not My Name Is, but like all of those ones.
I just don't like what albums. As I've gotten older, when I was younger, I used to listen to like tons of rap and stuff like that, and angry, and a lot of it was angry rap because it was the Attitude Era, and more so than just fucking WWE. It was just that's the way the world was, and that's why Attitude Era and WWE was so successful. But now that I'm older and the world's not really like that, it's hard for me to kind of get behind. Like I said, when it's situational, it's like, oh yeah, you're doing something that's like physically intensive or something like that, then it's cool to hear that shit because it kind of hypes you up and you get into it. But if I'm just sitting there relaxing and I'm like, okay, let me put on this fucking shit that's like just putting me in a mind state of rage, I don't know about that. But I'm not saying that's exactly what Kamikaze is. I'm just saying that's why I kind of like want to. It's just more for my preservation of what I think of the artist. Why I want to keep Eminem in that bubble, because that bubble is great, and I want to keep. There's a bunch of other artists, Tupac in a bubble, Biggie, but you're not going to get them out of that bubble. But I actually appreciate the remasters more than the originals for those guys anyway.
Well, you know what? Like, I just remember music was like my thing when I was a teenager, right? Like that was my escape from fucking everything. So like, and I loved something from every genre back then, because they all told stories. Like you had Garth Brooks, Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, those in the country that I liked, and then you had fucking Eminem in rap that I liked, and fucking I even liked like the Backstreet Boys and that little pop shit, because even their songs fucking told a story. Nirvana, Marilyn Manson, and all of these people, their songs told stories and they had a meaning in the music, and it seems like that meaning is missing.
It's a combination of beat and lyrics, and now, like, we've gotten to the place where beat is paramount, and the problem is the person making all the notoriety on it is the lyricist, which is like way behind who's making the fucking beats. But I just too much drug use in rap now. I like drug dealer rap better, and I honestly want to agree with him, because it's coming from like a place of not only power but like a place of.
I mean,
there's a story there to become a drug dealer.
Okay,
the story to become a drug user is just putting it in your fucking veins or snorting it or anything like that. And then what your message is going to be is, oh, I'm fucked up. I'm fucking messed up. I'm tipsed. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It's like
you put
where are you going to go from there?
You put any fucking rap like the most popular fucking rapper these days, and I say that in quotes, is a fucking rapper. You put them up against somebody like fucking Ice Cube, Eazy-E, fucking Dr. Dre, anybody like that. Tupac, but well, you can't do Tupac and Biggie because they're gone.
The new generation.
You put them up against anybody, and they're fucked.
The new generation, and I've seen it, kind of feels like I see them being like, oh, you have these new age rappers, these SoundCloud rappers talking about like the old age and being like, hey, they ain't shit. Rapper? Yeah, you can call out a dead person or somebody that's retired and say they ain't shit. In the end, like, what the fuck? Like, that kind of shit is fucking bullshit. And when it comes to every other type of music, because we've mainly talked about rap, but when it comes to other types of music, and I mean, for the most part, that rap is majority of what I listen to. It's also what I used to listen to, but it's also like mixed in with other types of rock. And I've listened to country and stuff like that too. But Heather, you I know you're typing in the chat, so.
Oh yeah, it's just when it comes to music, I stick mainly with heavy metal, rock and roll. I don't really listen to rap at all. As far as country, I went Toby Keith. I fucking
Toby Keith is let me guess. 9/11.
No, actually, his favorite song of mine is "I'm Not as Good as I Once Was."
You know what? My favorite song of his, and it's because of it's related to a fucking bar, but I love this bar.
Yeah.
That fucking song is great.
Between that and that, I love this bar and Red Solo Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the music goes, with listening to the rock music, with rock music, you still have that storytelling within the song.
Yep.
But in my opinion, you're never going to have anything as good at storytelling as Queen.
Oh God, Queen was like the kings of
But
everything.
the Queen,
Like,
it's because Queen hit multiple. Like, there's other bands, but Queen hit multiple fucking things at once. They were innovative. They combined different types of music. They tried to tell a story in most of the songs that they did, and they were against the grind for when they did it. Plus, their music is kind of very catchy. So they were just a monster in terms
Okay.
of music making.
for me, I describe Queen as like the Beatles of rock and roll music.
Well,
Like
Beatles
they
were
were.
also rock and roll.
I think
Yeah,
Queen is
but
just
I
a bit
mean, like
more.
the new, you
The
know what
thing
I mean?
is,
Like the new
Queen.
age. Beatles were kind of more pop. I mean,
Here's the
let's
thing.
face it.
Queen was a bit more. I'm gonna say I hate the term, but a bit more progressive in what they were doing.
Yeah.
It's a bit more digestible
Form of
now.
music.
Like for a lot of people now that are younger that want to hear
Mhm.
old music and not really see it from a point of view of the way things were a bit back then, where like yeah, there was gay people. There's always been gay people, but like they were a bit more like not front and center like they are now.
They weren't
Um,
out. Yeah.
so
Mhm.
like if you're a younger
It
person
wasn't
and
accepted.
you want to hear something that basically combined all the things that would make a successful band, yeah, there's them. Plus, they have a great real story to
Mm-hmm.
tell. And I mean, Heist was saying the movie was good too. I know
Mm-hmm.
that any movie that's like that is going to take, it's a dramatization. It's going to take things and kind of make them more than what they were. But there is a story of the lead singer, and it will probably hit a lot of the like actual gay community
Basement.
pretty
Have
heavily.
you watched?
I
Have you
have I
watched?
have seen it.
Basement?
I have seen it.
It's a great fucking movie.
It is, and I will give them huge credit for making for the end of the movie being pretty much 100% adapt. Well, they like literally move for move took what was it, Live Aid, or what the fuck was the name of the concert that they did at the end?
It was Live Aid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
and as far as music today, we're never going to hear the music we heard when we were growing up.
Or even before, because music before
Yeah.
us was great, really great too.
Well, there's certain in rock music, there's certain bands that every once in a while they come out with a song that touches it. Like I've heard it from like Avenged Sevenfold. I've heard it from a few songs by Papa Roach. Fucking Breaking Benjamin. There's a few of them.
In This Moment is another one that's come out with some really great songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a few of them that, but rock is really the only genre that I've noticed that they're actually still
Well,
really
it's a bit
telling
different
stories.
too because I'm going to say when I look at rap, a lot of rap like pulls. I was originally it did pull from other genres. It is its own, but it was probably one of the first
Mhm.
genres to kind of integrate a lot of samples of other type of music and kind of become a
Well,
mixed bag of things because they want to grow an audience bigger than just Black America, right? So they're
but
gonna
the
pull songs like I'm sure they pulled from Queen and any other big
okay,
band that did numbers that you
Well,
could grab to.
prime example.
one of Eminem's songs was the actual music from Aerosmith's Dream On.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know it.
Well, and not only that, but if you look back and you look through, because I was watching. Have you guys ever seen that History of Rap on Netflix?
No.
No.
Okay, I was watching it one time, and the very first, okay, rap music was always like popular, like within like the black communities and stuff like that. But the very first time that it actually went completely fucking global was Run DMC and Aerosmith Walk This Way.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when there was like a catapult lit underneath rap music.
But then you also saw
and
the
then we
opposite
started
side
seeing,
too.
the fucking Huh?
Sorry, you also saw the opposite side too, with Linkin Park doing rock
Yeah.
and involving rap, and I
Yep.
love those fusions of music as long as the music is good. You can
Mhm.
And
you sample
actually,
a
Limp
track.
Bizkit did it first.
They well, I don't know if they did it. They did do it for sure, and but I don't know if it was first. I don't know if it was.
They were no, Limp
Right.
Bizkit was
Yeah.
definitely first because Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit was late '90s, whereas
Yep.
Linkin Park was early 2000s. I remember
Limp
because Linkin
Bizkit,
Park
that's
did
right.
not come out until my freshman year of high school, and that was 2000.
Linkin Park came out. Fuck. I was like a senior or something. Like no, I was
I was
out of
only a
school
fan of
when they
Linkin
came out.
Park. Like the thing is,
No,
I
it
was
was my
working at
senior year, I think.
McDonald's, and I was 15 years old because they're 16 maybe, and that fucking song, what was it? It was before they
Papercut?
remixed In the End.
Numb.
Was it In the
Are you
End?
talking about
Wasn't it?
the? Are you talking about the? Are you talking
Wasn't it
about
called
the
In the
remix
End?
with?
Wasn't that In the End? Or
There was
was it a
a
remix?
remix of In the End too, but there was first. I think first was the remix with Jay-Z of Numb.
So it's before the remix. I kind of hated Linkin Park because
The,
it was
Linkin
played
Park
ad
very
nauseum at my workplace, and I was like,
the very
"Fucking
first
shoot me!"
song Linkin Park released was Papercut.
All I know is I know that their first big album was a rock album specifically, and had In the End, and it had Numb, and had all those hits, and they were hits. It's just like the radio got hold of them, and they fucking bled it dry
Oh, Alien.
at
No,
my workplace. And In the End is not necessarily an upbeat song. I'm working there
No.
fucking
what?
flipping burgers and serving assholes at McDonald's, thinking like, what the fuck? I can't
You
get
know
away
what?
from this shit.
Heist brought up something in the chat. If you guys remember Alien Ant Farm,
Hmm.
they kind of mixed rock and pop because they did the cover of Michael Jackson's fucking Annie.
Smooth Criminal.
Smooth, yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, not Annie. Smooth Criminal. I always just remember Annie. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, but I mean, so that's a good point. But anybody else do this? Like, maybe I was just a fucking dork because, like I said, music was my escape from everything when I was a teenager. So I remember when I went and I bought a CD back then, and this is how much the lyrics meant back then. You would open up the CD book that came with it, and the lyrics would be inside of it. And I remember like listening to the music and like learning the lyrics by reading along
Doing
with the
karaoke
music.
with the fucking lyrics in the booklet. Yeah.
I'm also gonna say that's a
You
huge
know-
misstep for all, not only music, but all forms of media that don't involve that don't include like a booklet of further information, animations, information. Like even games are like that now. They've gotten rid of it, and it's to cut manufacturing costs. But it also, like, I remembered so fondly, not only with, like I said, not only with music, but video games. You get a video game, and because like we didn't have phones all the time, you'd be like fucking taking a shit, reading through the manual, and being like, "Oh, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool." Even or playing music and listening to or going through the lyrics, and having the lyrics there available for you. It's like a complete purchase where you get what you want, and you get to. There's a difference
was worth-
between reading it online and reading it in your hands, just like any book.
And you know what? I'm sorry, Heather. Go ahead.
No, it's just and it was worth because back then CDs were $20. It was worth the
Yeah.
$20 because you got everything with it.
Yeah, and it also came with like pictures and shit of like the band or whatever. It had always had those little pictures. But
It was a complete package, a bit more of a complete package than what we get now. It's just
But if you-
nothing.
right? But if you think about it, like people are still interested in lyrics, obviously, because there's how many fucking sites out there that cover nothing but lyrics to songs.
But there's also
So
people that
people
are interested in
still-
books rather than fucking Kindle. There's a
Right.
Yeah,
difference
not even-
between
not even just that,
physically
look at-
dealing with something
If
than
you look,
digitally.
and it's not even just that. It's you go on YouTube and search a video. A lot of times there will be like 20 different lyric videos.
lyric videos, right? So like people are obviously still they want to know the lyrics and everything, but like this is it. I don't know.
It gave you a bit of
I
like
understand.
marketing, and it gave you a bit of a peek into like a band more so than just hearing a song. and it gave you a bit more peek into everything, no matter what it's included in. Like I said, whether it's a fucking CD for music, or whether it was a CD or DVD or whatever the fuck it is for anything else. Having that bit of literature, I felt like was I feel like that's something that could come back to increase physical sales of a copy. The only problem is you'll never even out. Because digital is always cheaper for manufacturers.
Exactly. You know, and the thing is, I understand that. I thought fair. I understand that. With the digital world, like everything is just it's changed. So like this is the way that people are like getting their lyrics and stuff now. I understand that, but it sucks because it takes
the interaction out of it.
It takes a special experience away
Exactly.
from people.
And I would say the same thing for books. Like sitting down and reading a book. Like I'm not saying like okay, like audiobooks are a great advent for people that need audiobooks or prefer them. But like sitting down and reading a book has a different 100% different experience than reading it on your phone, tablet, or on a Kindle. It's just not the same. And it's like that pinpoint in marketing, they understand it. They 100% understand it, because if it was marketable, they would do it more. The fact that they haven't stopped doing it is because they know it's marketable. But when it comes to like CDs and stuff, or any other physical copy of anything you're buying, having that additional care and love put into seeing some of that stuff, like even if I was to say go out and buy Avengers Endgame, the Blu-ray collection or whatever, I hope it comes with concept art and information about things that aren't readily available online, or if they are, they're at least compiled in a very nice manner for me to look at. It's just there's an experience there that people that is getting lost.
Well, it's not even just that. I mean, look at the recent launch of the new gaming consoles. They're offering two different types. You got the digital type, which has no slot for a disc whatsoever, and then you have the disc copy. I mean, computers, laptops today.
But here's the thing: the disc copy for the PlayStation is only right now. It's only worth is you're a collector or you share games with people physically.
Right.
Other than that, there's literally no benefit, because there's no extra shit to give you unless you pay $150 for a game that's garbage.
You know what? One fad that started coming back, and Austin really got into this, and he's still into it. The whole record thing started coming back. You know, they started selling records again. And it wasn't just old records, like these new artists that the kids are into. They're putting their things on records, and there's just such a special fucking sound with a record. And you know, you see these like little traveling record players fucking being sold and stuff. But the problem with that is
they're being built without even a CD.
Not only that, but like the problem that I see is they're charging an arm and a fucking leg for a record. Like Austin, you can't buy a record for under $20. Like the cheapest ones are $20, unless you go to a thrift store. The cheapest ones, brand new, are $20. They go from $20 all the way up to like 45 fucking bucks for one record.
It's because the market is niche. The cost of manufacturing is higher. Therefore, the cost of the product itself will be higher.
EROM in it. Yeah.
But you know what though? Like Austin's really into like the old music. You know, like he loves. I mean, I've explained this to you guys before.
I agree.
Heather got cut off. Sorry. But like I've told you guys before, like Austin, he loves all of this old music, right? Like all the way back to the fucking 20s. So I can take him to a thrift store and he can easily find 5 to 10 fucking records that he will love. But for a kid that's not an old soul like mine, it's going to cost the parents an arm and a leg.
I mean that's just the problem, and that's why everything's going digital. And the problem is, like, a digital world is almost a soulless world. I feel like there's a lot of like we've talked about, a lot of experience in the physical world, and the more we move digitally, the less we have that experience being shared in almost everything we do. So I mean, there's worth to it, but there's also cost to it, and I feel like because it's capitalism, we're never really gonna have those two things meet, we're always going to have
Mhm.
cost win. And I get it, but it's also like, how long can you go through like a world that just everything is like so mass produced to the point where everything is the same? You lose that experience, you lose the individuality of owning something, of seeing something, of reading something, of living that experience. I haven't felt that since I was reading, probably reading, I don't know what the series was, a series of books back before I was 20 years old, or around when I was 20 max. And I don't think a lot of kids get that chance. I don't know if it's something that wanes with age,
Well,
but I feel like it's something that wanes or changes with our fucking world.
yeah, well, I mean, music was a big part, but books was another big part of my whole childhood and even my adulthood. And I remember like this time going to Barnes and Noble, and it was like I was in fucking heaven, you know. And you don't have kids getting that experience anymore because they don't give a fuck unless it's fucking video games or
But all those things have
some other
changed.
shit.
They've changed from what they were
Even
originally
something as simple,
packaged as. You've lost
but
a lot of like what I fell in love with, a lot of like different media platforms, whether it be video games, music, TV shows, movies. A lot of the luster behind them has been lost because they are so obviously throwaway media or mass-produced garbage. Like, it's just like nothing
well,
feels
authentic anymore.
exactly.
Well, I mean, even something as simple as like, okay, I think all of us remember what it was like going to the mall as teenagers, right?
Hmm.
Like as a kid, going to the mall, going to the arcade, whatever have you.
The arcade was a
These
really cool one.
these kids like do not
Because
have
the arcade's
anything to get excited.
online.
Like exactly, like even I mean, I'll take my kids to the mall and they're just kind of like, what are we doing here? You know, because
Well,
one, most of the stores in the malls are closing down because
they've
of
got they've
online
got
shopping.
they've got an alternative that never sleeps, that never stops. I mean, we talked about social media with our review of the
Social
social dilemma,
Yep.
but this leads directly into it, where it's easier, it's less rewarding, but it's easier, it's more accessible, to have everything online. The problem is, when people grow up online, they don't realize what they're missing in real life, and that disconnect is a problem. It's going to become a problem, especially when people like if like with everyone's kids that literally live online. Because right now, even the kids of you guys that have kids out there, are still learning and being able to listen to the people that we are, where we can say, there's value in the real world. You'll see it. We are even being slowly, it's just a slow transition to super digital and super unrewarding.
Yeah, I mean, like, you remember when we were kids and like we went bowling? I don't know about you, but
I
I
went
always, for
bowling.
some reason, I always got like super fucking excited to go bowling because it was something different to do. I asked my daughter the other day if she wanted to go bowling, and she's like, first she asked me what that was because she's never been bowling. So I explained it to her, and she's like, "Nah, I'm good." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, I literally just offered you to go and do something, and "Nah, I'm good."
Problem is,
Like,
kids don't want to really. I mean, I get it. I understand it 100%. I'm not blaming the kids. Kids are being conditioned to be 100% online in everything they do. Slowly but surely, it's going to take many generations to get there. But the value of what you do in real life is being devalued by what you can do online constantly. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have that technology there. It's just the reliance on it is going to become a problem.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be a problem in many different aspects, but I mean, how many fucking companies has the internet put out of business?
Probably less than they created.
That's true, I guess. But
That's why I don't really get like the with technology change, jobs disappears and jobs grow all the time. even if it's going to more robotic, like we're gonna eliminate manual labor in terms of bringing or in favor of bringing in more robots that do the fucking work, whatever the work is. But then you still have to have people that write the coding and do everything else for the robots there. And then there's other jobs that need a human touch and always will. Essentially, I think like jobs will always open as technology grows, until the point where there's almost no jobs needed.
Right. I don't know. It's just all I know is that it's a very different world now compared to what we grew up in. And we're only talking what 15, 20 years time, and it's just such a different world.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, I feel like I'm very thankful that I grew up in the world that I did.
Same.
The era that I did. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and I felt like the exposure there didn't create an overtly hard skin or an overtly soft skin. We were kind of exposed to what I feel is just the best of things. There wasn't so much like hate in the world at that point in time. Things were done that were just a bit more fun. And yeah, people like, they did stereotypical jokes about different races, and yeah, that happened. I don't think, in retrospect, it just didn't feel like race was as big an issue. It didn't feel like a lot of things were as big as an issue, but that's probably because I was a kid. But I don't know if that's true.
If you think about it, even like major issues. I mean, yeah, we had like the Oklahoma City bombing that happened when we were kids, and stuff like that. But when we really started getting like into our teens, like preteens, teens, by that time Desert Storm was over. The fucking Berlin Wall was down. It was a really kind of peaceful time in the world.
I do think politics hadn't kind of infested everything. Everything to the point where everything was political before it was anything else. So that, I mean, everyone was fine. Like, I'm not saying it was a perfect world or anything like that. It definitely wasn't, and I'm sure there's things that I didn't experience because I can only speak my own point of view.
Right.
But it was less. It just felt like the mass public didn't walk on eggshells as much to say things that were a bit off color or something like that. But there also wasn't like this world push to control everything. I mean, you look at the past, you look at the 90s. The difference was everyone was against the man. Now, people want the man to fucking govern everything we do. They feel safer being told what can and can't happen. People want more regulation. More regulation by a fucking entity
that want fucking safe places.
More regulation by an entity that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, the government, is a terrible thing. Yeah, I'm gonna say right now, like, you're just waiting for you to basically become a number.
Yeah,
there's a bit more free speech and stuff like that, and like I said, it's impossible for me to speak from any point of view but my own. So don't take it that way. But in the end, I do feel like there was a bit more freedom in that era. Everything wasn't as heavily policed. It's the difference between a manager at my say you have a job. It's the difference between a manager that manages and talks to you about how you can succeed and looks at things and says, you can do better here or there. And then there's a difference between the manager that breathes down your neck. I feel like we're approaching the era of we want a manager that breathes down our neck and controls every little fucking movement we make, because you better not be wrong or else your life's over.
Well, I mean, if you look back to like when we were kids, fucking you had Beavis and Butthead that was on the air, fucking South Park that was on the air. All of these like TV shows that if they ran these days, which I know they just did a South Park episode, I know, but trust me, it's changed since when we were kids.
It has. I actually think South Park is kind of evolved better than most other things. It does. The thing is, I know you haven't watched probably as much as I have, but like it does do a okay job of social commentary without picking a side. It just pokes fun. Because that's what it's become.
Everybody now, but for a while there, they were really getting political on like because I know there was one season that people were bitching about, but at least one season.
I don't think
But I
South
mean,
Park
you
has
know,
ever really taken a stance politically, instead of like the refusal to take a stance and make fun of all the stances. Extremism is what they've kind of worked into, but it's also like, from everything I know, it's the
But-
growth of the people that make it.
But I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, when we were kids, there was these shows that were out that, yeah, we did have people that were against these shows. Because, I mean, trust me, my town fucking tried to ban MTV when I was in the 90s. We were on the fucking national news. But anyways, so there were people that were against it. But you hear so much these days about these parents, like, oh my God, my child watched this and now they're traumatized and this is going to be responsible for blah, blah, blah.
That shit is
We
so
grew up
garbage.
watching that all kinds of
That
shit,
that
and
shit
like
is-
most of us are not fucking crazy.
That shit is so garbage. You know why it's so garbage? Because when it comes to traumatized, oh, you know, you're swearing, you're showing gore. It's like, what? All of a sudden, your kid's 16 years old and they're 100% okay with fucking hearts being ripped out and, you know, fucking full on frontal sex. Like, the idea that, like, I don't want that to be in kids programming, I'm saying, but it's just like to have like such a strict rein on what can be shown and can't be shown instead of like a gradual curve. It's like, you reach 16, more you can watch more. You reach 18, you can watch more. You reach 20, you can watch whatever you want. It's like, that doesn't make any sense to me, instead of like having a slow exposure rate.
Well, here's the thing. I grew up, and I know you grew up pretty much the same way, watching fucking horror films. Okay,
And I
9 years
will
old,
fucking
Nightmare on Elm Street was
forever,
my fucking
I will
favorite.
forever clap my hands the fact that I did get to watch those things. They created memories. And the memory was, yes, it was fear.
Yeah.
But it was controlled fear because it was a movie. I could stop watching it. My parents could turn it off.
Exactly.
They could do anything they wanted. But in the end, I was scared at the time, but that was just an experience that I remember because the fear wasn't real. In the end, the fear wasn't
but
real,
here's
but
the
it
thing.
was so memorable.
Did it scar us?
No.
Like, I don't see either one of us going out fucking butchering a bunch of people because we watch fucking...
Yeah, but that's the stupid
Nightmare on
mentality.
Elm Street.
That's the stupid mentality of the mass media being like, you played a violent game, that means you're gonna kill people.
For me, it's playing the blame game. Like, you have parents these days that are not willing to fucking parent their child. They would rather give their child a TV remote or a fucking video game remote and have them sit there for fucking hours on end entertaining themselves versus actually being their fucking parent and doing something with your child or moderating what they're watching. Things like that. Or sitting down and watching a movie with them so that you can explain, hey, it's just a fucking movie. I don't know. It's a scapegoat.
I feel like there's soft borders for all that shit because just like everything else in life, you're not going to be able to control everything, all of the information coming to a kid at any given time. You're always going to have that time where they get exposed to something too young or too late in life. That being said, I mean, there's that control is a bit more easy than being like, okay, we're watching a movie, it says it's PG, and someone said shit. Who cares?
Yeah. Exactly.
Who cares? Like, I mean, we became like over policed.
9 years old, I was watching fucking somebody naked in a bathtub getting fucking murdered by Freddy.
Yeah, you don't want to over police people. You're just gonna create a fucking bunch of whiny bitches, and we're pretty much there right now.
Yeah.
People that complain about
Too much
everything.
coddling.
Well, it's
There's too much fucking
also
coddling.
the finger of blame goes on anybody but themselves because it's easier. It's easier to blame. You know, I blame Adult Swim because you have shit on where I'm paying for the fucking $50 cable that allows my kid to watch that, and I've been putting the effort to fucking parental guidance that shit. Judge yourself accordingly. Try to be there and kind of help your kids grow to maturity without bringing them there too quickly. But at the same time, it's like shit happens, man. It's not a perfect world.
Well, you know, and the thing is, like you said, you can't police everything that your children do. I mean, I have tried, because, like, you know Bella, she is very fragile.
Yeah, you police what she watches.
Like,
you can't police what people talk to her about.
Exactly, she's very sensitive, so she doesn't like to watch, like, scary stuff or anything like that, so we don't, because it scares the shit out of her, you know, so we don't. But now that she's getting older, I'm listening to her and her friends talk outside, and her friends are talking about some really inappropriate shit because their parents aren't doing, like, they don't do that with them. So she's learning about it anyway.
But the thing is, like, there's a difference between learning about something and being too young to learn about it and think about it critically, but to being exposed to it. I mean, every
Yeah.
single person that's existed on this fucking planet probably at times grew up too quick for something or the other. Are we all fucked because of it? No. The key is to, like, just fucking educate your kid, man. Educate yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be dumb as fuck. Don't follow everything that you see. Don't sit there and digest data like it's fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Learn to, like, spit some of that shit out, because not all of it's true.
Yeah.
Not all of it should be listened to. Not all of it should be followed. And the same thing for your kid. I mean, for anybody, they're all fucking human beings. Like, I will say, and this is why I kind of liked. I mean, we grew up in an era that was a perfect blend of getting to the digital age and not being there yet. So
Right.
my childhood was protected because the internet didn't really exist up until I was a teen, I'm going to say, or close to. I can't really remember when it came into play, but I felt like it was at least 10 years old, 12 years old, something like that.
We were forced outside even after the internet came along. I think I was like 14.
Oh yeah,
when
but that
we,
was
like,
a different thing. We didn't have as much to do on the internet. The internet was new and it was scary for a lot of adults that didn't understand it. So they were like, you know, the popular thing was the same thing with MTV. Keep them off the internet. Keep them off of anything that they could find, like, shit that you don't want to see.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I mean, we were forced outside, and I still do that with, like, Austin, not so much because he's almost 18, you know, but, like, with Bella, go outside and play. And her friends are in this habit now where they love to sit out at my table in the back and be on their fucking phones playing Roblox. Well, I put a fucking stop to that too. I'm like, I don't mind if they do it every once in a while, but I'm like, it's a nice fucking day. Put your phones down and go play.
Well, I'm a big fan of. Here's the thing: are you doing something together that you could do at home and still be technically together? So online gaming, anything like that. Watching a movie is different because at least it's in a group and they could have fun. But, like, it's just like the fact that people are so willing to go back into their own fucking world on their phone, even when they're presented with other people, is fucking killing mankind, man.
And this is one of the reasons why, like, first of all, Bella doesn't have her own phone. Let's make that clear. She uses the Austin's old phone with our Wi-Fi to play Roblox, you know. But my mom was gonna get her own phone. She's fucking 9 years old. I said, there's no reason she should have her own phone, and I don't want her having her own phone because she's gonna do nothing but have her nose in her phone all the time. And at 9 years old, she should be playing with her friends, not having her nose in a fucking phone.
I mean, there's a time for everything, and there's going to be a time where she's not playing with her friends. Everybody's online, and therefore she can be online too, because how else are you going to live, right? But I mean, and Ruth said, like, I remember Looney Tunes where they used to say jackass. Now look at it. Jackass is not a swear word. So I don't know why. And also, I don't give a fuck about swear words. I wouldn't want my kid watching something that's like, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that, fuck everyone. Like a Tarantino movie, I wouldn't want my kid watching.
No.
But, like, I mean, the occasional word is fine. They already heard it.
Exactly. Heist, was that fucking Dave Chappelle? He said, I heard a comedian say, as a father, my job is to keep penis out of my daughter and son. I've seen the special and I've heard it, but I want to say it was Dave Chappelle.
I will say that,
sure.
like, in terms of, like, what could complicate everyone's life, that is literally the first and foremost rule. To you know, wait until someone's an adult to... Yeah, and here's the thing, fuck that shit, because what's an adult? We all say 18 years old. Fuck, I don't know. How many 18-year-olds you know can fucking raise a family properly?
Exactly. Michael Shea, okay. That's where I heard it from. I watched that fucking comedy special on Netflix, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird world. Everything's changing so fast, so it's hard for anybody. I don't have kids, but I could just imagine the fucking stress in my fucking head, being like,
It's
okay, well,
fucking
this is
terrifying.
everything's a moving part. Where it used to be like, you know, you see people fucking yell at their kids, hit their kids, and be like, yeah, the kid deserved it. Now it's like, We're gonna have to call child services.
Right?
Like, oh, Jesus, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I mean, there's abuse, and then there's a kid yelling for fucking 16 minutes in Costco, and at some point in time, it's like if I don't step up and fucking punch that kid square in the face, like somebody needs to, because it's getting out of.
I never
like, you
hit.
can't allow. The thing is, like, but it's not okay. So not every kid is the same.
Right.
Just like not anything is the same. It's just at some point in time, if you've kind of created an environment where you allow your kid to just yell and scream constantly at home, and then you take them out to the public and they're yelling and screaming constantly, you gotta like I don't mind it happening, but I don't appreciate it continuing forever. Because then you don't really have any control over your kid, and getting control over your kid where it's not a physical control is difficult. For
I have fucking
most
mind
people.
control over my kids. Because, like, my kids never did that. They never went through their temper tantrum stage or whatever. My kid, neither one of my kids was the fucking kid that was in Walmart on the floor screaming.
But I also think a lot of those parents are
look,
like,
and I would walk away.
I think a lot of those parents
Mom
are.
didn't say that shit.
I think a lot of those parents are far removed from like the raising of their child, and even if they aren't, sometimes the kids you never know. You never know what problem the kid might have mentally to just constantly do something like that. But it's just like I've been in the situation multiple times, and I fucking want any single fucking person. And I'm sorry if this is you in the chat or you know, any single fucking person that brings a baby to a movie theater should be shot on sight. Like, why are you bringing a toddler to the movie?
Yeah,
like, I really wanted to watch it. Well, fuck, that kid doesn't care. Can't tell his asshole from his dick at this point.
Right. Well, you know, and like I have a friend. It's hard because sometimes those kids
it's
that are
entertainment.
throwing
It's not a necessity. That's why it angers me. You don't have to be there, and neither do they.
Right. No, I'm talking about just like going to Walmart or the grocery store or something like that. It's really hard because, okay, my friend has like a severely autistic son, right? And she has had people fucking scream at her at Walmart because JJ does. He throws fits, you know? And there's nothing that she can fucking do about it. I mean, he's severely autistic. He doesn't understand. So she's had people like scream at her in Walmart telling her to control her fucking kid and stuff, but they don't understand.
That's why I wouldn't do it. I want to do it, but like I would want to do it because it's like like I get like an outburst or something like that, but that's just assuming everybody's the same. At the same time, I see an opposite side where it's like if I if I had the network, I wouldn't be bringing that kid to the fucking store. But if I have no choice, then it's compounding problems. I have no choice because I'm the only person taking care of the kid. My kid goes crazy at the store, and I can't control them because of something out of my hands. And then people yelling at you. It's just like that type of person is in a very bad situation.
See, my kids never fucking did that because what I would do is if like Bella tried it one time, and she was fucking down on the ground. And she was crappy flopping around on the fucking ground. And I looked at her and I have a tone. And I told her, I said, get up now. Well, she still didn't. So I just turned around and I'm like, fine, I'm leaving you. And I started walking away. And I got down that aisle and she was up off that floor fucking running after me, screaming, mommy, mommy. And she didn't try that shit again. But that doesn't work for all kids.
No.
You know.
And it wouldn't. I mean, the bottom line is like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a parent, but being a parent seems super rewarding and super difficult at the same time.
Yep.
Sometimes it's easy because things fall in line. Sometimes it's super difficult, but knowing like when's the difference and when's not is a different thing.
The thing is, you have to know your child because every child, like we were just saying, every child is fucking different, and only the parent is going to know what is going to be able to snap that child out of whatever the fuck they're doing. Whether that be a spanking or fucking yelling at them or just walking away. Every kid's fucking different. They respond to shit differently.
Okay, I did not expect that. And that freaked me out
What?
100%. The phone started ringing in the Luigi game for me running around in a circle. Oh my god, no, I can't answer it because it's gonna continue. I can't continue. But I mean, yeah, we went through a fucking gambit of things to talk about. It has been fun, but I know it's 3:40 in the morning, and I'm starting to fucking droop, penis,
Yeah, same.
soul,
I
and
have to go to
everything.
fucking bed. I gotta get up in the morning at 7 to get Bella to school.
But it's been fun talking, and Heist, I know you checked in with us a couple times. It's fun to see you in here, man. We used to talk
Yeah,
a lot more
definitely.
with Drew. I know things have kind of like changed a little bit, but it's always good to see you in here. And everybody out there can check out his channel where he does ghetto news, is what he says. But it's a different take on a lot of the news out there, and it's interesting shit. Aru, I hope your family's doing well. I know you had to like take care of some things with your young son, and I hope everything's going good there. Alpha, he's always a stalwart. He's always here for pretty much everything we do, so it's always good to see you around and have conversations and talk about pretty much everything under the sun. Big Slow, Chance, E haircuts was the last thing he almost said. That's at a Saturday Night Live is awful now, but he's always a good guy to hang around with too. And pretty much everybody that was in here, I know Acid Drops was in here, and
Yeah, Ray.
Chuck always helping out with the managing the chat and stuff like that. Bobbitt had some problems with this fucking shit, so
Yeah,
in
Ray
any
Rollins.
case,
Shout out to him too.
Ray Rollins solid. Even Alex, he's not here, but I love him. Shout out to Cardinal. I knew anybody. Fuck man, I could go on forever.
Shout out to everyone.
Yeah, shout out to everyone. Tomorrow night, Heather will be back with Lost Legacy, which is the Uncharted like spin-off kind of. Friday, JP will be doing some form of sports stream. I think it's going to be Madden. So if you guys are interested in that, you can hang out. If you have it, he probably will play you online and just bitch about it the whole time. Because you know how he is. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is nothing really happening. Sunday we're gonna be here for JP's birthday. So if you guys are interested in having fun, we're gonna be playing Jackbox. That includes everybody that's in the chat, or as many people as we can while we play. And we'll obviously have drinks and fun and shit like that. So anybody's invited to hang out. Monday I'll be doing Alan Wake, and from there we're gonna get into. Gina's gonna be playing. I don't know. Are you gonna continue Street Fighter, or what do you want to do? Do you want
I
to
don't
continue?
know. I think I might put another poll out on Twitter to see if you guys want me to keep on playing Street Fighter or if I can move on to something else.
Well, you
I
do
actually
have,
enjoyed the hell out of that game.
and you also have like I think 4 or 5 more stories until you can play the main story, from my understanding. So there is definitely content to be had there. So I mean, I was in there. I was trying to make sense of the storyline, but it was fun nonetheless. Having like a good talk with everybody, and Street Fighter is awesome.
Yep.
And we'll do we'll do the horror tournament next week. But thanks everybody for hanging out. We are getting out of here.
Yep. Good night, guys.
Peace. You
Bye.
sexy beasts. I don't even know if this ends it or if it just ends it on YouTube.